I got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad. Miss Wig. I got your wig, ho. I got your wig, ho. Miss Wigiana. I got your wig.
Henri.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you drinking?
Drinking?
Are you taking drugs?
Not today.
All right, good. You're still sober.
I would say she's probably mostly sober right now. I don't think she's completely. But Erica said, I need to talk to you about Eden, and I have no idea what's going on. To be honest, I have no idea whatsoever. So, can we talk?
I told her she needed to talk to you.
I really don't know, Kyle. What happened?
Did you or did you not say that my sister is close to death? And that she is not 100% sober and that I'm an enabler?
I said them. I said them.
The very next day, you're at a dress shop, you're telling Eden I'm not sober, and I'm near death. It's like lies, cries, and denies. That's what you did. It was like, to watch it was just unbelievable to me.
Kim, will Lisa Rinna always disappoint you, do you feel like?
No, I don't think that. I think Lisa has a huge heart, and I think that you don't always disappoint me. I'm like, wow. Like, I get excited when I see Lisa, like, I own it. I'm owning this. I'm owning it. I hear these words, I get like, yeah, go for it, Lisa. I don't think she always will disappoint me.
I like that.
And since then, we've made amends. And we have moved on.
I think there's big hopes for us.
Lily from Springdale, Arkansas wants to know what you did with the bunny Lisa Rinna gave for your grandson.
Oh, well, Lisa, hold on. I brought the bunny. Because I never gave it to my grandson. Because I didn't feel like it had good energy. Sorry. So I think what I should do is give it to you. And when you are in a better place, maybe you can give it back to me. Because right now, I don't feel it was given to me with the right energy. And it's just been sitting there. And I couldn't give it to my grandson because I'm all about energy and positive things. And
Okay.
so,
Would you like one of my crystals? Maybe it'll help heal you.
no, I'm healed. I'm good. But I feel like maybe that could be given to somebody else and that you would mean it more and get better energy giving it to somebody else. You don't have to cry over it. So I just feel like, and I could have re-gifted it, but I felt like it was better to give it back to you. Because
But Rinna, she's still saying there's hope for the future between the two of you.
What do you
but
think
maybe just
returning the
don't know.
bunny at the reunion means? Send it back in the mail.
I bought it when I hadn't talked to her yet, and I don't really know, honestly, what's real and what's not with you. I don't.
Well, I'd like to hear from her.
I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to say a word. I get it, loud and clear.
Maybe that was bad timing of me to ask that question because I feel like we were just at a place where you...
You know, I don't think so. I think, Lisa, I don't know if I am ready to be your friend.
It's okay.
You
know
know?
what? I accept that and I'm okay with it. I've forgiven myself and
that's a big step.
I can move forward with that.
that
you
Lisa
say to me.
uses excuses.
Which Lisa?
This Lisa. You use
Just say what you
excuses
mean,
all the
Lisa.
time for, like, look what you did to me when I was going through all the things I went through, Luke.
Sad experiences.
And you came after me all last year.
You know what? The truth is the truth.
Excuse
The
me,
truth
I'm
is the
talking
truth.
right now.
The truth is
and you
the
came
truth,
after
and I'm
me
going to
all
stand.
last year and the year before, and you
Well,
never really sincerely said you were sorry.
You
Lisa.
never sincerely said you were sorry to me, Kim.
Excuse me. You can sit here and use excuse about losing your parents.
I'm not
that this
using
is
it as an excuse. That's why I'm saying it's not an excuse.
It's
that
just-
I
it's
own
ridiculous.
what happened with Vanderpump.
You lose someone. It's terrible.
It
but it's
has
no
nothing to
excuse
do-
for going around and being mean to
Well, it's
Lisa,
not why I was
myself,
mean to you.
Wanda.
My father was not going through anything when I went after you because you went after my husband.
I never said anything about your husband.
Yes,
Let's
you
get
did.
the
How
story
dare
straight.
you,
I never
Kim.
said
Don't go
one
there.
thing about
Are
your
you
husband.
kidding?
And it obviously didn't work for me. And let me finish. And I said that. It didn't react to me. The next day I ended up in the hospital for a week. If any of my friends right here had seen that more than once in 3 years, my friends, my sister would have come to me and they would have been concerned. You have gone around to everybody and talked to them.
How do you know I've gone around to everybody?
And you too.
Don't point your finger
and
at
you
me,
too.
Kim.
And you two asking where I've gone to treatment. Do I have a sponsor?
We've asked you.
You asked me if I was okay, and I said I am
if you were in
fine.
meetings.
And I told you on the plane,
Kim,
I am fine.
we care about you.
I'm concerned about you. First of all, let's not talk about.
This is supposed to be nice.
Excuse me.
Yolanda started
I'm
this to have
concerned
a nice
about you at your situation at home. You want to bring out my stuff? Let's talk about your home life. Excuse me, I'm not talking to you.
Well, I'm talking to you.
Excuse me,
Shame on
talk
you.
about it.
I have no shame
I'm
on
not talking to you.
And I'm talking
Shut
to
your
you.
f***ing mouth. I've had enough of you,
Excuse
you
me.
beast. Yes.
How dare you?
How dare me?
You came into my home.
And I apologize.
Actually,
and in
you
3
didn't.
years,
Actually, you didn't.
I don't like you.
Guess what? I don't particularly like you either.
Good.
I can't find one damn thing to like about you right now in the moment.
Good. I've never found one thing to like about you.
I did nothing.
From your hair to your face to your attitude. Like that. You want me to defend you even though you're acting like that? I've never needed you to defend me because you've never had.
Kim, yes, I have. She does defend you, Kim. She does defend you 1,000%.
She defends me more than you do. Kathy would not ever act like this. Kathy would have my back like a real sister. You have been doing this to me for years.
It's not okay to talk to your
You
sister
don't
or anyone
understand
like
it.
that.
You don't understand the relationship.
No,
with
I
my
don't, but
sister.
it's not okay to talk to anyone like that, Kim. It's just not okay. Your behavior's not okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's not okay.
Why don't you have a piece of bread and maybe you'll calm down a little?
Shame on you. You're
God's sake,
disgusting,
come
Kim.
Please. Can I interfere 1 second? I understand your sensitivity because you've worked really hard for 3 years. When I talked to her, she said, Yolanda, I've lost 2 brother-in-laws. My husband has only been sober for 3 years.
Excuse me? Did you just say let's talk about the husband?
Let's not talk about what you don't want out.
You know what?
You're
Let me
a
tell you
scary,
something. Don't you
vicious
ever
human being.
don't touch
Just
my
saying.
husband.
Just
ever.
saying.
Don't
you ever. You don't want out for everybody to know. You better watch what you talk about me, or everybody will know.
Never
Everybody
go
will
near
know.
my husband.
Everybody will know.
Do you understand that?
Everybody
Never
will
go
know.
after my husband.
You know what this is?
I know exactly what it is. Yeah.
This is a text message from you.
Uh-huh.
So I get a message that says, be very careful or I will f you up. You be nice to your sister. You believe her. And stop telling lies. In that order. Thanks. Then the next day, I get, you need to get wise. Brandy is not telling the truth. She is lying. I should have said that to you in that moment, but I didn't want another Amsterdam to happen, and it would have. Then she sends another one. Your behavior and the way you treat people is not okay. You are nasty, and you need to be stopped now. So I really got frightened.
What made you send them?
I just don't think I was done with everything. And because I have an issue with people shushing me and telling me not to have my feelings and to shut up.
There's something wrong with her.
There's a couple times here today I thought you were going to get up. Seriously. That's dangerous.
If you guys want to be scared of me, you can.
You're scary.
I think
because of the provocation, brought out something in her that she had never really seen before in herself.
I bet if we look her up, she's got a record of like
stop.
abuse or like
Stop it.
record of what's it called? Like when you hurt somebody?
Oh, stop
like
it.
Batter?
Stop it.
Yeah.
She's been apologizing for this whole thing forever. She was appalled at her own behavior.
Did Harry know you were going to send it?
No, I was by
Did you
myself
talk to
for
anybody?
6 hours, and I just sent it out of my own anger. I did. I flipped, and I said I was sorry, and I'm human, and I'm not perfect, and I'm sorry.
There's just something not right there, Lisa. I just said I want to talk to my sister. Please go away. I was so upset. I wanted to talk to my sister.
I was so provoked by you. I hadn't finished. I swept it under the carpet in Amsterdam, and it was
We left Amsterdam like huggy-duggy doo-doo.
No,
like,
we never were huggy-duggy
I'm
doo-doo.
wondering why you're laughing at her tears when
Because I don't
you were
believe
crying
them.
5 minutes ago.
I don't believe them.
But how would you have felt if she didn't believe your tears 5 minutes ago
I don't
to
care.
Kyle?
I don't
Why
care.
wouldn't you believe me?
Because I think you're doing this to seek attention
Stop.
because you
Stop. That's
are
repulsive.
embarrassed that you sent these messages.
I am
Well, I think
embarrassed.
she is
I'm
embarrassed.
totally
Because
embarrassed.
You're so quick to point out evidence.
why
At least she
point
takes
fingers?
it.
But Randy,
So
I'm not perfect.
So this is what you've been deflecting from.
I've been shut down, and it triggered it in me. I have something in me. It triggered it. Really, it's really sad to me.
Are you really crying? Is this real?
am
Are
really
you really
crying.
Fine, stop it, Kim.
Stop it. I don't know if this is real.
Over here.
Oh my God. Okay.
You know what? I want to say one thing. Kim, you giving Lisa Rinna that bunny was really I think you're a really sick woman. I do.
Okay, well, I feel the
I'm
same
sorry.
way about you.
I am sorry. I think you're a sick woman. To do something like that is sick.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way because I feel the same way about you.
Okay.
And
Well,
then when I
it's too
heard you
bad.
for a minute, I
too bad.
actually believed that maybe you were actually turning over a new leaf.
So is that a race now because of the bunny?
Well, no, but you know what? No,
She's not well.
I'm not
Clearly.
well.
No.
Oh.
How do you know me? How did you get here?
I've been talking to you.
You've been talking to me.
Yeah.
I didn't give you my
It's me.
address. What do you mean it's you?
It's me.
From where? What is going on? Who is this? Like, who sent you here?
Nobody sent me here.
How do you know where I
It's me,
live?
baby. It's me.
What are you talking? Bro, you know Tight, right?
Papa Bear. It's me.
Who the fuck is Papa? Do you know Tight?
Why are you recording me?
Because, nigga, I'm scared. How the fuck you got my address? Don't
Why
come up
you
here with no
scared?
fly. Cuz, what is this? Who sent you?
You don't want this?
Give them to me, cause I love flowers. But we gonna get to the bottom of this. Who sent you here for real? And why the balloon deflated?
Can I come in?
Hell nah! So make me understand what's going on, baby. Come here, have a seat. Come have a seat. My friend is telling me that you've been at this for 5 years. And I'm not gonna treat you crazy. Sit down, sit. I'm not gonna treat you crazy, but explain to me what's going on. Where are you going? Hey, what's going on? Hey, look, I don't got time for this, all these gestures and shit. You need to sit down and have a conversation, or I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. And that's the end of it. I'm telling you. So what is the problem? Who sent you here? What are you doing? How long has this been going on? I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna play with you at all. You done left your phone. If you trying to leave, leave. Here. Cause I'm not gonna play. Listen, I don't know what's going on. And you have not been talking to me. And you are not my boyfriend. You are not my boyfriend at all. Because whatever sick little games y'all playing, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. This is sick.
It really is.
So what's going on?
I don't know.
You don't know what's going on? So why are you telling the people, come to another table? We ain't got time. Come on.
Right.
Why are you telling people that you've been dating me for 5 years? What is that about? Hold on, let's call Tight. Let's call Tight right now. Cause you ain't
Let's call her. Call her.
You think this a joke?
No, it's not a joke.
So what's this attitude? I don't get this energy that you giving me.
I'm not saying anything.
What brought you to find somebody's address and to come up there and deliver some flowers in a balloon? But how do you know me? How did you get
I've
here?
been talking to you.
You've been talking to me.
Yeah.
I didn't give you my
It's me.
address. What do you mean it's you? I have known nothing of this, of the sort. So who have you been talking to? Tell me. Nah, hell nah. It's your little ass, because there's some weird shit going on.
Right?
Listen, my boy.
Hello. What's good? How y'all doing?
Ryan.
Yes.
Hey, girl, this so motherfucking crazy, bitch. Yeah, how you got my address, fool? How you got my address? Yeah, I'm nothing like the people you've been talking to. You can look in disbelief all you are. I'm nothing like them motherfuckers. I am crazy. And you don't never want to come the fuck back by here. I'm telling you that.
Oh, really?
Listen, Ryan, you don't see this knife. You don't see this, and I got guns.
Stab me right here. Stab me.
I'm not gonna stab you right there. I'm gonna chop your motherfucking head off from ear to ear.
Do it.
You better find you somebody to play with.
Do it, please.
Hey, Ryan, I'm glad this is being recorded. I am so glad, because everybody gonna know it's not my fault. Hey, look, boy. I'm not finna sit up here and play with you. I'm not about to play with you. You delusional. Something wrong with you in your head. I'm not about to play with you. You know what? I just made a lot of money, and I'm not about to risk it out here with you, because I know I'm getting madder and madder the more we talk. I'm trying to be reasonable with you, and you playing with me. You playing with me. It's not gonna be good.
You want me to air everything out?
I don't care what you say, because you don't know me, and whoever you've been talking to been lying to you. You don't know a motherfucking thing about me. All you know is what they made up. So stop playing with me like you know something about me, because you don't. Yeah.
Well, that's what you're saying too. You're on live. Don't forget that.
Okay? Right. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay.
Just have a conversation with the man. You to let him in your house.
He not in my house. I ain't let him in my house. He in the lobby. Get off him, man. You okay, Ryan? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Ryan. Okay. Oh.
Okay. Hey, where that money at? Where that money? Where that money?
Make it back. We gonna make it back.
How we gonna make it back? Look at the flowers. Look at the flowers. He got me tired.
So pretty.
No, but look at the flowers. This how you gotta come. You see that? Fresh. These look like you been riding around in your car. And look at the balloon. Deflated.
See, it was fresh yesterday, huh, Ryan? Aww.
I screwed
You
up.
Toast, honey. What we toasted to? Ryan, you already been my little brother. Toast to Tommy and Ryan relationship.
Finally met.
Just tell me where it is, or can you get it?
Just start with the dishes. I'll get it.
Okay. All right.
This how Ryan gotta wash dishes tight. Look.
Yeah.
Here.
We're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right. Yes.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I don't know, because I mean, let's be clear. Wendy's jealous of you.
I don't get past that.
I don't owe
because
him
there's
anything.
no feelings in business.
Sweetie, maybe you talk to other men like that, but
Of course
I don't
do.
need
I
to.
sit at
I
a
don't know
boardroom
what you're
table
talking
with
about.
all men, okay? I'm the only female.
When I met my husband, I had been receiving chiropractic care for years. So when we were introduced to the joint model, it was a no-brainer for us. We soon became owners in the North Carolina and Virginia markets. And now we are the regional developers for DC and Maryland as well.
Black female at the boardroom table.
Girl, I'm the only black female that's a professor at Johns Hopkins, and I'm the youngest professor at Johns Hopkins.
Hi, I'm Wendy Osefo. I am a visiting assistant professor at the School of Education.
So don't tell me how to be a boss, because I am a f***ing boss. You understand that?
Wendy Osefo is an education professor at Johns Hopkins University, and she's a doctor. So Dr. Wendy, we are going to start with you.
Wendy Osefo is the definition of an accomplished woman, a professor, political analyst, and entrepreneur. She made headlines for earning her PhD in public affairs and community development from Rutgers University, the first black woman to do it in the university's history.
I thought that because time has passed, you guys were going to have a conversation last night. That didn't happen. It's a debate at all times.
I think I poorly delivered the message that I was trying to deliver. I was talking business. She wanted to talk about threesomes. It's like, no,
you took it to a whole nother level when you threw the drink, and then she responded.
Are you just saying that because you want to?
We got to stop with these lies.
Y'all can't just say whatever you want because you ain't got nothing else to talk about.
She had dinner with him before filming.
Was talking shit about my food. Look at the plate, y'all. Something once was in that plate. What you saying now?
It was good.
Oh, really?
It was good. The snapper was good.
Yeah.
It was crispy.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. And they had a whole entree, and I heard all about it. And
From
it was
whom?
after hours.
From whom?
In Bar 1.
Who told
Baltimore.
you this?
I saw the cameras.
She saw the cameras.
Did they have the cookie for dinner?
Somebody just sent me a clip. You know, I'm going through a lot of shit right now. But somebody just sent me a clip from the Potomac Housewife reunion show. And Mia is going at it with Wendy. And brother, this is kind of y'all fault because I taped with y'all for 5 minutes promoting Bar 1 Baltimore and Bar 1 Miami Beach, and you turned that 5 minutes into 9 episodes, and now my name is thrown around on the reunion show when in real life, I don't mess with none of those women, okay? Giselle, Robin, cool people. The rest of them, Wendy, I shot with her one time, 5 minutes. Didn't go out to dinner with her. I didn't have no late night snack with her. She's a married woman. She's very respectful, very honorable. Okay, so for Mia, for you to be talking about me and Wendy getting together is so disrespectful. And it's so thirsty. It's real thirsty for you to do that just to collect that check from Bravo. There's nothing cool about that. Okay, and you can't just use my name like that because if you use my name like that, I'm going to have my lawyer get in touch with you guys and it's going to be really ugly. Okay, because I do not know any of those women. I never see them outside of my establishment. Okay, and y'all just can't recklessly just throw people's name out there like that because it actually hurt my business. And that's irresponsible. Please, cease and desist.
No, she gave him the cookie allegedly. The cookie.
I understand.
You're for lobsters.
I'm not denying it.
And it's fine. You're for lobsters. We don't all do that.
Oh, my God.
You know, it's interesting to me that who I thought was my friend, Peter Thomas, can say things like, he doesn't know us like that. I wonder if he didn't know us like that, the times when he'd been at our house, eating our food, playing card games, and associating with other people, family members and friends of ours. I guess he didn't know us like that when he held our baby girl and was the first man other than myself to hold our baby girl. I guess he didn't know us like that when he's gone on boat rides with us. I guess he didn't know us like that all the times that we spent at his restaurant supporting his business. And certainly I guess he didn't know us like that when he wanted to borrow $60,000 to pay his bills at Bar 1. So I don't know why Peter says he don't know us like that. Maybe that's his definition of not knowing us like that. Not knowing us like that when he's attended our kids' parties. So I guess if that means not knowing someone, then I guess that's what Peter's meaning is. And furthermore, to say this has hurt his business, just a few days ago, I personally spoke to Peter and he said the publicity is actually helping his business. And furthermore, the allegations that he's referencing only came out a couple of days ago, so how could it have hurt his business that quickly? Peter, I guess we don't know you like that.
Josh feel about the nicknames, the Pool Boy and Jack Harlow?
Josh was actually really offended by some of the things that Wendy had said about him.
He's offended by being called Jack Harlow?
No, when you said that dating him was a lateral move from Michael.
What is your response to Ashley saying you can suck it and watch what happens later? Jack Harlow and Josh.
Oh, regarding your comments about Jack Harlow and Josh.
You know, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I think that speaks to how deplorable and just lack of thought process Ashley has towards the whole situation.
Ashley, what did you think of Wendy calling Josh Jack Harlow and saying that you can do better than him?
Josh survived cancer when he was 27 years old, okay? And he is now 30 years old. He's very accomplished. Wendy has no idea what he does for a living. And the man stared death in the face, okay, with thyroid cancer. So if anything, I think he's a very impressive young man.
He even tried to invoke the cancer of it all to seek sympathy. And that's not what we were doing. It was just light shade. It didn't warrant all of that. And so, you know, I wish Ashley well, but I never thought it was wrong for you to say to your friend, oh, I think you could do better. I think that's actually a compliment. So for her to now take it to this level, it's odd.
What's your response to how Wendy spoke about that on Watch What Happens Live last week?
It was a little surprising to me that Wendy said those comments in the first place that she said in her confessional, because that's not the energy that Wendy was saying to me to my face. For someone who I consider to be my friend, I would really think if you really thought like, oh, this guy really isn't of the caliber or whatever, then maybe you'd say that. But to say that for the confessional chair, it really showed me that Wendy is two-faced. And so I didn't appreciate that at all. Like, if you really felt that, you'd stand 10 toes on that and be like, girl, you know, if you want to say this is a lateral move or whatever she said, then, you know, just be a woman and say it to me. So I was just really, it pissed me off. I actually didn't even watch her Watch What Happens Live episode. I didn't really care to see it. Of course, I heard that she talked about me, called Josh a rented boyfriend. There are some other conversations that Wendy and I have had where she brings up things that her husband has been involved in to try to like justify her talking about Josh. They're apples and oranges, things that she really has no justification to say. And also the fact that she doesn't even know Josh. She doesn't know his story, who he is, what he represents. And he's new to this platform. He doesn't know any of this. And you just go in on him like that's low-hanging fruit. And that's really stupid of you.
It'll be okay.
You have no remorse. He's a very good guy. And all his friends have been texting him like, oh, I can't believe she said that about you.
Do you know how many things you have said about my husband?
What did I say about your husband?
Just because,
what did I say about your husband?
What is she said about it?
Let's start with when Ashley woefully brought a rumor that she knew was a lie about my husband.
You mean the blog that someone else wrote that again I didn't write?
Wendy says that Giselle should have been the one to bring up the Eddie rumors to her and not you, Ashley.
Like with Giselle, the same way she wanted to have the conversation with me at dinner, if you really were hearing these things, why didn't she do this?
Do you look back on this now and think maybe Giselle should have had the discussion with her?
No, ultimately, the conversation was had between Giselle and I at the same time. I was a part of that conversation as well. So I also have a responsibility, I feel, to have a discussion with Wendy. I don't know why it would only have to be coming from Giselle when, again, both of us were a part of that.
Giselle and Wendy had a friendship. They had a rapport. They were close. Wendy referred to Giselle as her big sister. So, yeah, I expect Giselle to be concerned. But please, pray tell, help me to understand, what does forehead have to do with any of this? What does Ashley bring to this situation? Like, why are you emoting Giselle to Ashley of all people, if you are concerned?
Okay. I was mad at Ashley too. So don't sit here and woe is me. You spoke about the father, my children, my husband.
Okay.
Sit there and sit with it.
Take it up with the blogger. Take it up with the blogger.
So if you're really concerned about your friend, then go to her friends. Hi, hello, me. Okay, like, and I didn't even know this was happening, but you wait and talk about it with the #1 mess maker in the group.
So she went to Ashley, and she went to Ashley twice. Like, you went to the same person twice because you knew she would carry that.
Yes.
She knew what she was doing. She
You
went
was carrying
to the same
a baby
person
and some
twice.
mess.
She didn't go to Robin. She didn't go to Candace. You went to the same person twice, and you did it on purpose.
And if Giselle truly was concerned about Wendy, she should have pulled her aside. This was not a moment, though, that needed to be a part of us. It should have been a part of Giselle and Wendy, woman to woman.
I agree wholeheartedly. That should have been a one-on-one conversation.
I should have been the one that talked to Wendy before Ashley. 100%. I own that. However, for the millionth time, none of this was malicious. None of this was shady. It wasn't mean. The reaction that Wendy had, I didn't see that coming. It didn't make any sense to me.
For her to have that type of reaction, it was shocking to me. It was very eye-opening for me, and it really just made me look at her completely differently.
You want to fire shots, baby girl? I got the
Bazooka. The fact that Wendy hasn't said, you know what, Giselle, what was the conversation with you and Ashley was shocking to me. Cannot believe she did not want to have that conversation with me. Because if she did, she would have been fine. It would, I would have told her, like, girl, this was nothing.
I really thought that it was going to be something that we would have like a little kiki of. Considering that, it's something that is very similar to something that I went through, I do think that it makes sense that we would have that talk. Just laugh about it or anything aside from what happened. I mean, literally, World War III transpired, and I was like, oh, what?
Moving on.
You're reaching.
Moving on.
You'll be fine.
Josh is a great young man.
And my husband is amazing, and I'm still married to him. Good luck with
Beautiful
you and Josh.
for you. I haven't said shit
Good
about
luck
Eddie.
with you and Josh.
I never said shit about Eddie.
You brought rumors about mine.
Is Eddie still a lawyer? Is he still practicing
yes,
law?
he is.
I never said that.
Yes, he is.
Is he?
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Miserable.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Ashley, we usually love your messiness, but something felt different this year. You were mean and downright nasty at times.
To whom? Can we elaborate?
Hello. To Stacy, to me.
Okay,
to
let's...
Wendy.
No, we were not shocked.
Do you regret that?
I have apologized for that.
I can admit that I was maybe a little hot in the pants with what I said about Wendy. And when I thought about it later, it wasn't the time or the place. And honestly, I said it lightheartedly, but I realized that this is in no way a lighthearted situation for Wendy. So I do want to say that I'm sorry for how hot I came for Wendy. And I mean it. Over here, babe. Right. I tried to talk to you backstage. You didn't want to talk to me, so I received that. No. And I'm simply saying what I need to say, and I mean it. And you can either take it or not, and I will not.
What went down with you and Wendy after BravoCon when she refused to talk to you backstage before your panel?
Good question, Anita.
Nothing happened. And my apology that I gave to her was to her children more than anyone else. And I stand by that apology. And Wendy can also go kick rocks.
Finally, Wendy. It's crazy because watching this season, you would never guess that this is where we would end up. Or maybe you would. I don't know.
Okay.
Depends on the lens you watched it from,
Precisely.
I guess.
Precisely.
Are you in touch with Wendy?
No. So Wendy and I had an interaction at BravoCon, and when I did a show at Mr. Henry's in DC, someone had asked me, it was actually the day she got arrested.
Yeah.
And someone had asked me like, oh, how are you feeling? And I made a joke, which in hindsight was probably a little too sensitive at the time. I went a little hard on it, you know. So I acknowledge that.
Okay.
So when we went to BravoCon and I was like, hey, I just want to say that I'm sorry for how hard I went, how heavy it was, mainly because of her children. Her children are able to read and see and hear things.
Yeah.
So my apology was really directed toward her children. And, you know, of course she got a little nasty about it, and that's fine, but that really doesn't change the facts of the matter, so.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Similarly, when I saw Wendy's mugshot and she was smiling in the picture, you are literally laughing in the photo. I'm like, this is not real. I made a joke. Wendy, it felt like a joke. So for me to make a joke that, hey, you've made jokes about people in this group.
Not anyone that has been locked up. Even when Karen was, I was probably one of the only people that did not do that to her.
I didn't know the severity of your situation. Truly.
Okay, so you do not apologize to her.
No, it's to her family, to her children.
Okay.
They are innocent bystanders in all of this.
Okay.
Not a rock.
Okay. And you did, what are you apologizing for again?
Because at my show, I made some jokes. The day that she got arrested, I said that Zinwin was in the pen.
Oh.
Yeah.
How you view me has nothing to do with me, but everything to do with you.
But I don't vilify my accomplishments.
Because you don't have none.
Bullshit, bitch.
Okay.
Bullshit,
You
bitch.
if you had something,
yeah,
you probably would.
I have one social security number.
Josefo and her husband Edward arrested, facing over a dozen counts of insurance fraud. It all started, court documents say, when the couple reported a burglary at their house in 2024, claiming thieves had stolen more than $450,000 worth of jewelry, clothing, shoes, and other luxury goods, then submitting claims to insurance. But officials now say many of those items weren't actually stolen at all.
So I don't care if she's a real housewife, fake housewife, or whatever she is, we would have handled it the same way regardless of who she was.
One key item, Wendy's engagement band. According to court documents, Edward reported it stolen and recovered more than $4,000 from an insurance company. Then, the pair accused of submitting that same ring to a different insurer. Officials say it was social media that raised even more red flags. Osefo allegedly seen wearing that same ring in an Instagram post made after the alleged break-in.
Our investigators start to scour social media and look at specific items that Mrs. Osefo regularly wore, and it wouldn't have been difficult to see some of those items on her after this incident took place.
In one email, according to court documents, Edward seemingly asking Wendy to pad their insurance claims, asking if they had, quote, additional high-value items we can add to this inventory listing, adding, I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum.
It never said that.
That's what it says
never
online.
said that. And
So
if you
again-
had accomplishments, you would speak of them.
All the things I want to tell you. We've been through it all, but we rise, not fall. And baby, right from the beginning, we've been through thick and thin, and now we're back again. Coffee and love taste best when hot. That's how we started, and we won't stop.
I'm assuming that you don't accept Ashley's apology.
It's not that I don't accept it, is I feel like Ashley's full of shit.
I apologize for what I
And then her
said
new
that could have hurt your
story is,
children.
My kids don't know your ass. They don't want
It's
nothing
not
from
about
you.
that. I'm sure they
They
saw
want
what I
nothing
said.
from you.
I grew up on the Muppets all my life, so I really don't have a beef or anything. You know, it's just she pokes, but it's fine. You know, I understand. I know if I was like, you know, almost 50 and a young hot girl like me came along, I would feel some type way too.
So do you think
why
is she baiting you though?
I don't know, but it is what it is. We shall just sing and do what we do.
Now, you said that you're cool, calm, and collected until somebody bothers you.
Mhm.
So I was watching the Arsenio Hall show. I'm just watching, watching the TV show. Like, oh, okay, Tamara Braxton's coming on.
And well, see, like we could talk about K. Michelle. That was huge.
Kmart? You mean, the store that Nicki Minaj has her clothes in? You know, they're amazing.
Oh, I think we should go to the car.
Oh, because that's the only K I know is Kmart. Nicki's clothes are amazing. That's where they sell them.
And I saw exactly what happened. So were you watching when the whole Kmart comment came about, or did your Twitter mentions hit it? Like, how did
It
you
went
find out about
ridiculous. I wasn't even paying attention, you know, and I have constantly tried to remain positive,
Right.
as far as
So
even
you
up
shouted
until
out on her album or
even up until last night, you know, where she went on a rant again, and people was like, what is the infatuation in the situation? I mean, this lady is 40. It's no reason why. I'm a new artist. Like, you're 40, you just had a baby. Like, I don't even know her. And she continues to comment and poke, but people are so used to me being aggressive that at first they thought it was me. But then when you start to look and pay attention, I'm never saying anything.
Right. That's good.
Like,
so somebody telling you like, hey, don't say anything, or you kind of just
even
like,
last night, up until last night, she did something again after I squashed it again.
Wait, I didn't get this tea. Tell me
Girl,
about that.
she was on there saying all kind of stuff on Twitter having to do with me, and I was at a show.
Working.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you got back, your Twitter was like going crazy.
On
So you-
fire.
yeah.
Like, what?
You like, what
they
did
like
happen?
they was like, leave them up it alone. Don't say anything back to her. You're doing well.
Or if you had a chance to actually say something to that person who is bullying you, what would you say to them? Well, how would you deal with it today?
Oh, God, I feel like a terrible person.
What? Tell the truth. This is the real.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I don't have any advice to give my son because
She's still dealing with it. Yeah.
First of all, you're a new mother. He's only 1.5. Okay. Well, in his mind, he's 2. Every time I talk, 2. You're still a new mother, so you're still growing.
But I understand that, though, because when you say this so confidently about, comments and stuff, I'm not saying my reaction is yours, but I get scared. And I just stay out. I literally, you know, they say fight or flight. I flight like crazy. I go and I hide. I literally almost think like, where's the bed that I could just hide under and get everybody to just go away? And it's not a strong, I feel weak. It's not a strong reaction, but I thought, this is really interesting that you say this, Tamar, because you're so strong. You come off so strong. And so I thought, you know, I didn't mean to put that pressure on you. I just thought, like, what could I learn from you? But I didn't know that you also have that, don't know what to do.
You know, that's so crazy. Do you think I'm strong? I think you're strong. I would have never known that you're bullied, you know? And that things that people say affect you because you move in stride like nothing's wrong and everything's good and the world is peachy creamy and it tastes like strawberries, you know? No, really. And I feel like right now in this moment, I'm learning from you. So thank you for that, Jeannie, because, you know, I was just asking my husband the other day, you know, when you say, Lonnie, you know, you're just not going to talk about, you know, my girls. I know exactly what you're talking about because a particular person started saying that I look like a Muppet. And people say it so much, sometimes I start to believe it. And so I even asked Vince, I'm like, do I look like a Muppet?
Oh my God.
He's like, absolutely not. But this person has the whole world calling me that. And it's just so devastating because it takes me back to high school. And, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. But what I can do is what Jeannie does. And thank you, Jeannie. I can act like the world is all peaches and cream and tastes like strawberries. And so I'm going to take that with me today.
I'm sure you saw the clip of where she was on The Real talking about how it affected her when people call her a Muppet. I feel like it really got coined when you called her a Muppet. Like, how did you feel when you saw that clip?
I didn't feel
when she was
anything.
crying? Okay.
I'm just being honest. I didn't feel anything in that moment because I know why. I know I didn't just come out. I'm always in my little corner until you make me come out swinging.
Right.
I need to know the root
it's a
of
respect. The root of which one?
The Tamar,
the root of that situation was I just remember loving her, liking her on TV. This was before Love and Hip Hop, and I went to her page one day and she was following me. And I was like, oh, okay, I love her. You know, just somebody I could rock with. And when I was going through the whole situation on Love and Hip Hop with the Toya things and all of that type thing, she hopped in it like everyone else did. Yeah. She hopped in it and, you know, basically tweeted I was lying. And I said, I like Tony better anyway.
Oh, okay.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying? And it continued. And from now on, it's so funny how I'm the bully. But if you, Nicole, look at every fight, I never started it with her. I finished it. That I did. I don't want to fight with her. I bought her album. I've even reached out.
Yeah.
She, for some reason, wants to fight with me. I would not want to fight with somebody who I always lose and get a new title given to me. I don't want to fight with her. Honestly, I really just want us to sing.
It's all about forgiveness, love, and unity. So tonight, I'm sorry, K. Michelle, and also forgive me.
But, you know, it looked really nice and was really surprising to us at the BET Awards when we saw you, Patty, and your friend, now, I'm thinking, Miss K. Michelle, all come together to kind of just sing a song. That was pretty nice. Can we say that everything is cool now?
Everything, yes, everything is cool, and you know everything has been cool because this is the first time we've ever met.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm very serious.
All that craziness?
All that craziness.
Never met before?
Never met before, ever.
You think you chewed me up when you called me a Muppet? You want to know the real story behind it? Story time! Shade Room edition. The person had called me that never saw me before. I'm sorry, I'm just saying this because that person really thought they calling me a Muppet. But the person who had called me that had never saw me before. And when they called me that, they had everybody, you know, calling me, you know, I'm Muppet, like a Muppet, Miss Piggy. And when I met that person,
how much I do
I swear to God, you can ask Auntie Patty that because she was right there. Now, the only reason why they had met me because my Auntie Patty had called me and told me, I don't think they knew that, you know, Patty is like my aunt, like in real life. Like I met her, like the first time our families met was like, maybe, how was I, mommy? Like 11, 12 years old. Yeah, so it's like a long time. I'm 46, so if you can imagine, like, that's my aunt. You know what I'm saying? Zori's like my cousin. I just went to his 50th birthday party, like my real auntie. So the woman of the world come up to me and she go, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful." And I look, and it took, I ain't even gonna hold y'all, it took everything. I just kind of ate with that story, just like you felt like you ate with that Muppet story. See what I'm saying? See why it don't bother me? Okay. Everybody back?
Nothing negative matters in my life. You're right, K. Michelle Music. It just don't matter no more. Like, I don't care what people say. I be seeing all the shade and all the little they throw. That ain't nothing but the devil to try to take you off your pedestal, take you off of where you at. Honey, nobody's finna do that shit. Who's gonna be fighting their whole life? I'm not finna be fighting. I've been fighting my whole life. I'm supposed to fight a with no edges? What the you mean, a Muppet? I'm supposed to fight that? Because of something that a mother said I'm supposed to fight a Muppet? How I'm supposed to slay a Muppet? God. Still talking. Still running their mother mouth. I got a big for you to put up your mother throat. You feel me? Nobody. Oh. I'm just minding my business. Why can't I mind my business? Mind my business. Then when I say something, it's crazy, it's wrong, I'm going to keep minding my goddamn business. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. God. No, Mac. People do be trying to play me. They really be trying to play me until I say something. Then when this lethal mouth comes, my mouth is lethal. It's best that I don't pull it out. It's best that I don't, like, you don't pull out your, it's best that I don't pull out this mouth. Because when I start talking, like, you can't go around talking about nobody when you sleeping with a married man. When you was sleeping with a married man, you was sleeping with Jermaine Dupri daddy. How you sleep with Jermaine Dupri daddy and get beat by Jermaine Dupri mama in the elevator? But you want to talk to me? You want to talk about me? I don't marry men. But you so holy. Rice and beans and cabbage. Rice and beans and cabbage. Telling the truth. I ain't never lied. Got drug up out that elevator. Whoop. Whoop. You know who you are. Whoop. Got drug up out that elevator. Next.
I appreciate it. I like it. Because it was a couple of people who should not have been singing country black music that was awful. And it was concerning for me.
Care to mention a few?
No, but you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny. It just didn't sound good.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure if you're going to step into a new genre of music and represent us, that you got to represent.
Gotta be right.
Yeah, got to be right.
Gotta be right. Yeah.
Can't be all auto-tuned down and flirt.
It's a little different when it comes to us. It keeps me warm, I keep it close, holding me down, and now I know. Damn, I'll be damned if he ain't the only man I trust. I'll be damned if he ain't the only man I trust. Bitch, 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 shut up. 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 Bitch, 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 shut up.
You know I got a lot to say, but I don't really have a lot to say. I feel like sometimes I be doing a lot, like a whole lot, because I feel like you all think I'm like some type of punk ass. I'm not. And I think that you forget that, you know, in any altercation that I've ever had with anybody, I've said names. It doesn't stop today. It doesn't stop today. Or yesterday. Or last week. I don't think y'all know that, y'all know, good morning. I don't think y'all know that Phil, who is the creator and one of the hosts of the show, is one of my dear best friends. And their show, have y'all watched their show? It's fun and positive. And I don't think that we're dumb people. Like we do business together, a lot of business together. I don't think that we're dumb people. And, you know, I don't think that I think the last thing that, you know, any of us would do is do dumb shit. Good morning. How do you become a... Yeah, so I think that, you know, you all, like, sometimes I really don't care, y'all, because, you know, if I was talking about somebody, I will say their name. Like, nobody gonna do not one thing to me, can't do anything to me. So if I'm talking about somebody in particular, I just call it out like I did with Candy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say somebody said, Candy said that, I said it, took shit back. I said, no. Her husband did what he did to me. Both of them, actually. And she can't sing. I said that. So why now do I need to backpedal and all of this victims? I'm not no fucking victim. I'm a fucking survivor. You know what the fuck I've been through, what I built? What? Yes, it's very positive. It's very positive. And everybody's like, genre. Yeah, genre of country music. The genre of country music. That's what I meant. I meant black people coming over to country music. That's what I meant. I said what I meant. But I got a whole bunch of shit that's going on today. I'm very excited about it. I can't back up, lady. I'm sorry. I'm very excited about today. Today is actually amazing. And I can't wait. No, Candy didn't catch it straight. What I'm saying is, when I'm specifically talking to somebody, I don't have a problem saying their name, because I'm not no punk ass bitch. I say what the fuck I want. Just like everybody say what they want to say, and who they address and what they address. I do the same thing. I'm not a child. You know what I mean? I am not scared. You know, like, if I said it about somebody, I would have said it and say their name, because what are you going to do to me? Nothing. Not nothing. You know, and I don't fight, I don't do violence.
Nice way that you ended the season, but you didn't find your sweet spot since then.
Yet.
It seems like it's gotten worse. But I think the number one question that people wonder when they watch the show is, what happened? Were you seeing each other less when the season had started?
We didn't see each other that much over the summer, but that could happen.
Well,
for
Most
you
of the summer I
doing
spent in Los Angeles. Cassandra, a friend of mine's husband died.
Right, your friend who was grieving. And
I
you were
was
there
with
most
her
of that summer.
Most of the summer. It
And
was
so
a
you
hard
came
summer.
back and the show started
and I came
filming.
back and we saw each other. We had lunch. We were texting. We were totally in
It felt
communication.
normal.
I did think there was like a little shift, but it's happened in many friendships where just something happens and then it goes away, or, you know, everything isn't going to be perfect. No relationship is perfect. So I think that we were a little bit on different pages. I could feel it during the summer because the summer before, I think we had spent a lot of time together. And this one, we didn't because of both of our parts.
Right, and you knew I was training for the marathon. I ran a half marathon,
Yes.
but we were seeing each other.
Well, I called you to take you out for your birthday. We went to Montauk, and you made me drop you off and pick you up. You didn't even invite me. I had to wait for you to come outside, and I thought that was sort of different. I would have thought you'd be I don't know, you just made me pick you up and drop you off.
Cassandra didn't really want to see people. So I didn't want to introduce new people in her life. She's still
But you
grieving.
did it in LA also. You had a bunch of group things with your friends and girlfriends, and
no,
you
I
didn't
didn't
include me. You did.
I
Except
was
we're all
with
going out to dinner
Cassandra.
at Medea with a bunch of people.
I didn't even think to include you. Cassandra and her friend and I were going out to
I'm just
dinner.
saying you didn't include me, and that is how I felt.
She felt
maybe
She felt
I felt
slighted.
left out.
But I also saw you a bunch of times. Actually, I was trying to figure out a long weekend for us to go to the Golden Door. I asked some friends if they could borrow private planes for your Puerto Rico mission. And I was like, I'm going to help you. I'm so proud of you. And I have tons of text messages to show you. And I won't bore. I won't.
I would love to see those.
Well, I mean, I
Tons
can
of
go
them.
through them if you.
Please don't.
Well, okay. And then September rolled around. That's when we had that conversation that you recounted to Dorinda. I was stunned. I kept saying, I don't understand what you're saying. And I think as a friend, because a lot of people say things to me about you and they're not necessarily nice. And I always, what I say is, well, I don't know. Maybe she was having a bad day that day. I love her. She's a great girl. And when you were recounting
And
the
vice
story,
versa, by the way.
okay, when you were recounting the stories about Adam, and I remember saying to you, you know what? When people say nasty things about Adam to you, don't pile on. Just shut that down.
I thought you were broken up with him, and then once I
Okay.
realized that whether broken up or not, you were still kind of having coffee or I retreated immediately.
You know what it seems like? It seems like you kept having these conversations, a lot of miscommunication, and you kept kind of wanting it to be back to normal. And
I
you
wanted
could
it
never
to be
get
back to normal,
back
but
on
I don't
track.
think Bethany wanted it ever to be back to normal. You were ready for it to be over.
No,
I
I
came
wasn't.
to you and said, let's talk. You were dismissive, condescending. You didn't want to talk. And then when we finally kind of did have this good talk after the holidays, I thought we had a good talk, and we hugged
And
it
then
out.
you, right after in the interview, said, I don't have high hopes about our makeup, but that's what you said.
No, it wasn't. I
You
said
said, I
I
don't
was
feel that-
proceeding with caution.
When you try to make boundaries with some people, they just don't, they're not down with that. So maybe she saw it as more of an attack against her.
So what kind of boundaries were you trying to set and why?
I think she liked the friendship the way it was. And it was like, I think I said on the show, it was too much Bethany, not enough Carol in that friendship. But there were definitely things that she did that any girl, any friend would have been like, very upset by.
Say, where are you going? I say, I'm going to LA. We have this conversation a little bit. I say, I'm being yelled at. Have a good flight. I turn my phone off. I open my phone when I land. And you say, why are you being so cold? Did I miss something? I am your friend. Ramona is evil. I said, Bethany, I'm not
the last thing I am.
I'm not sad. I have no idea why you would think that. Just stop, please. I want to enjoy the holiday. And then you say, I agree, but you seem sad. And then you said something about Ramona, which I'm not going to repeat. And I said, I am off. I'm going to the spa. Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. I love you. Then a couple days later, makes me sad. I miss you. For some reason, you think I betrayed you, which I did not. I said we shifted, and we did. You are so cold.
I said that.
Yes, you said that.
Right.
And I was, first of all, I'm at dinner with my friend who lost her husband. It's his birthday, right? So I say it's a lot and not a conversation for text. I'm relaxing. Please, let's talk. Let's talk after the New Year. XO. And she continues to text. Well, we're friends. I keep trying out. You're shutting me out. It's hurting my feelings. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I going on. It went on and on.
You don't hear
and
her.
Then
she's hurting.
Okay, that was it.
So that doesn't seem.
But you're wondering, what's the big deal? What's so wrong? I'm saying, she's saying, geez, that's a lot. I'm saying, I love you, whatever. It's back and forth. It's a normal thing, right? But what's going on the show is I said one thing about you. I said I thought you didn't have a career, and you were talking badly about me for the whole season.
Oh my God, Bethany, did I ever say any? I couldn't say anything
You guys need a
nicer
therapist.
about
Watch
you.
the show. You should watch the show.
Bethany. Literally from the jump, it was a drumbeat.
You said negative things about me the whole season.
I think you both said negative things about each other, frankly.
It was interesting to see in the playback of the whole season met, that I was kind of almost like, I wouldn't say the villain. I wasn't the villain, but like, you know, you felt sorry because it looked like I was like sort of dumped Bethany and I was just interested in Tinsley. And no one really remembers that little, you know, the inciting incident.
She never said anything really bad about you to me.
In the
Never.
interviews, because she can't say it to my face.
Bethany, all you did this
Bashing me with
season
your-
was bully,
Let's hear.
brag,
Let's
and
hear.
bitch.
Let's
That
hear how
was
I bully.
it.
Let's hear
You-
some examples.
Let's
hear an example.
Okay, excuse me.
Let's hear an example.
I will give you an example.
Let's do it.
Whoa, wait. And what happens is the show's airing, but you're still doing those confessional interviews. So you're seeing, so you'll see, like Andy said, well, you said shit about her. And like, yeah, I did. The very last confessional interview I filmed was like 2 weeks before the reunion, but I had seen the whole season of all this terrible shit that she was saying.
It started with Tinsley and I.
That was a bashing and a bullying.
I'll tell you.
friends?
I'll
Let's
tell you,
hear.
because you know what, I can't
Go
even
to your
remember
notes.
them all.
We know you- copious research.
No, because I couldn't even remember all the insults and passive aggressive
The only two
stuff.
things I said all season
What
was that
were
you
the two
didn't
things?
have a career.
Oh yeah,
That was
was
it,
it.
really. That was it. And
No,
what?
oh my God.
That was
Okay.
it.
First, I'm a clingy girlfriend who's thick as thieves. Then
Ooh,
I'm an
that's so
unavailable.
bullying. Are you going to be okay?
Okay. Are we going to do
Are
this?
you
Are you
going
going
to be
continue?
okay?
Are you going to continue to bully me, or am I going to be able to speak?
No.
Am I going to be able to speak,
I just want to make sure
Bethany?
you're a clingy girlfriend. I'm
Are you
sorry.
Gonna, are you going? Am
I'm
I
gonna
going to
go
be able
get
to
anger
speak?
management
Am I going to be able to
treatment.
speak?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, go on.
Bethany, let her
So
speak.
So
I
she
will.
called
Go
you
ahead.
a
Okay,
clingy
let me.
girlfriend.
No, it goes on
actually,
and on
you're the
and
least
on.
clingy person I know.
It
You're
goes
very
on.
independent.
Then I'm
Girl's very
an
independent.
unavailable girlfriend who.
Ooh, you're unavailable?
Oh my
What
God.
else do we
What
have?
she does is she creates this narrative, this false
Narrative.
narrative about me, this false narrative that I'm some girl
Narrative
who's
is her
this
favorite
and this.
word.
It's completely false. No,
Okay.
half of it is
So
lies.
let's hear it.
So she said you're a clingy girlfriend.
Yes.
You're
I'm
okay.
an unavailable girlfriend who doesn't text or answer her phone. I'm not wanted in Puerto Rico because apparently I care more about clothes than causes. In fact, I cut my hair. Now all I care about is hair. I post some things on Instagram of me and my friends, like
have to
selfies.
repent
All
for
I care
this.
about is selfies. I'm sad. I'm lonely. I'm in pain over a breakup. I'm a know-it-all politician with a dead husband. I'm a puppet. I'm unself-aware, and I'm
I didn't say puppet,
self-involved.
Ramona did.
I'm unself-aware, and I'm self-involved. I'm superficial. I'm a high-maintenance
I think
eyelash
Bethany's
wearing,
talking about herself when she's
fashion-obsessed,
talking about you.
husbandless, childless, jobless.
I think one of the most hurtful things that I watched on the show is when Bethany said, in an effort to prove this idea that Tinsley and I were like this, and I was no longer interested in Bethany, which couldn't have been further from the truth. She said, well, they have so much more in common. They don't have neither of them have a career or a husband or children. Whoa, that's hard. Like that was hard to take in. That last season was hard. I did feel hurt about the things that she was saying, especially like, I have no husband. Okay, well, my husband passed away. We didn't have children, and that didn't like. It's not like I wouldn't have wanted children with my husband or after with anyone, but just didn't work out for me, right? So in that way, but I brought it up at the reunion, and they just all of them like came down on me and said, she never said that. Andy was like screaming at me, and
Bethany should give a master class in gaslighting. So,
But what do you
First
want
of
me-
all,
what do
I
you
would
want me
like
to
to
ask?
know
What do you want
when
me
you
to-
got your
what do you
medical
want?
degree.
What do you?
But Bethany, you
That's
can't
what
say
I'm
that.
saying.
You
When did
pass
you get your
judgment on people
medical
all the
degree?
time.
I didn't diagnose
You're
you.
calling me a drunk. You're
I
calling
didn't
this one
diagnose
a
you.
loser. This one an idiot.
I'm asking you.
I
When
don't
you
need
got
it.
your-
No,
No,
we don't.
I'm
No
the
one
whack
needs a
job.
medical degree.
Louise's
You
the
just need
loser.
2 eyes. You were the one that said on television that I don't have a career.
You don't have a career.
Is this what you call female empowerment, Bethany? Is that your brand? Is all about female
You
empowerment?
shamed me in the
You
blog
know,
saying
I
what you
held
said.
you accountable for what you said in the television show about me not having a
you
career.
Said,
End
this
of
is what I was
story.
doing
I'm
when
not
you were doing
listening
B
to you.
movies. Was
That's
that shaming?
exactly what.
When I was
no,
doing
it's not shaming. It was the truth.
When
you were working as an
That's
actress.
all I've done is from B movies to this show.
No, I said natural food chef. I said all of this stuff. I said
so you
huge
called me a
success.
caterer. You did not say
Well,
a
I
natural
thought it
food
was a
chef.
caterer.
I
Okay,
was
well,
actually
yeah.
a natural food chef long
Great.
before it existed
Okay.
as a category for
Okay.
people like your boyfriend.
Great.
So
Okay,
yeah,
well,
so
that's a
take take your resume up to mine any day,
and
lady.
I will match my resume
well,
up to
let's
yours
get yours
any day.
into the current era, the current decade, and then we can talk about it.
Women have careers, right? Their whole lives, and then they pivot, and then they have another
You brought
career.
it up,
and then
not me.
Yes, but
you brought it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Not me.
I'm not. I have
you
no
shamed
shame
me.
in my
No, you
career
brought it up on the
games.
show.
You shamed me.
You said she has no career on the show.
She said she had no career except for this show.
She does.
Good way. That's female empowerment. If that's female empowerment, you can have it. You and your brand. Oh
if
my
bashing
God.
somebody every week
Oh
on
my
a blog
God.
is female empowerment,
That's
every
holding
week,
you accountable for the things you said about me on the show, and I will read every
No,
single
you
blog and I
bashed
stand by
me.
every
Bashed me
single because
every
you
day.
bashed me on the show.
I did not bash. Tell me how I bashed you on
I
the show.
just read a whole list.
You
of
bashed
it.
each other on the show.
You bashed each other
I'm
on the
so
show.
full of
We
Andy.
bash each other on the show.
I didn't bash her on the show. I
You
didn't
bashed
bash
me.
her on the show. Are you kidding me?
Carol did not
You're
bash
afraid
her.
of her too?
She had said, though, Bethany, on the show, she was like, Carol has no career, has no kids, and has no husband.
That
which
was the
so
biggest-
cruel because you are a widow and you lost
Yeah.
your husband. When
But
you
that
guys were
moment,
quite
it
young.
wasn't on the air, but I kept saying, no, this is what you said. And that's very hurtful.
No, it was on the
And-
air.
No, that part was, but then
Oh.
Andy was yelling and the producers came out and they kept saying, she didn't say that you didn't have a husband, Carol. She didn't say that. So, and there was a moment in the reunion, I think they left it in. And I'm like, she did say that. I'm not like me. I'm not trying to make a drama. That is what it said. That's really hurtful. And they're like, no, sorry. And it was such a gaslighting moment.
So they
where
were
I
saying
was
she
just
did
like,
say the thing about no career, no kids,
But she
but
never
not.
mentioned my late husband, and that's not true. And then,
But still,
and then
no career,
Andy
no
was
kids
saying-
is really mean too.
I know, but Andy was like, no, I'm having like, Andy was in his ear. He's like, no, the producers are telling me they're watching the episode in the control room. There's no control room. We're taping. I'm like, and they're telling me that she didn't say that. I mean, it was so, and I think that's what led to me saying you're so full of shit or something.
No, but your last thing to her was that your last thing on the show
Andy,
was.
you understand the show.
Right,
when
so
you
then she
watch
lies
it
on
and you
the
see
show.
the confessional interviews, I'm seeing what you said about me, about not having a job, not having a husband, about
Her
that
whole
nothing.
season said, I don't understand what's going on between
I didn't
Bethany and I.
understand
How
either,
did it
Bethany.
change? I
didn't understand either until I watched the show, and I realized I was really, really trying to salvage our friendship, and you didn't seem that interested, and I only could imagine because you knew what you had said in all those confessional interviews. At the end, I thought I was gonna say, thank God we're done with this season. Thank God we can like
She
go
did say
back.
that to
we
me.
can just like regroup. And then I started watching the show, and then I thought she's just superficial. You
I
knew
think you
one of those
changed.
things.
I think you changed.
You knew me. You know me. You know one
think
of
you
those
changed.
things.
I think
Okay,
she's not
you
changed
changed
at
too.
all.
You
No, she
became like
hasn't.
catty
I think you
and
changed.
gossipy and. I
think you
didn't
changed.
change.
No, she
Good.
has not
Yes, my
changed.
eyes are open.
No,
you know,
I
didn't
think you
change.
changed.
We're gonna
No,
move on. I'm
that's
sorry
not
to
true,
see this
Sonia.
one go because it
Well,
was
I
fun
mean-
seeing you two together. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Maybe they both changed for the better, but definitely changed.
Well, I wouldn't say you two. Don't say it's done. Just put a comma on it.
What does that
things
mean,
are gonna
Dorinda?
Yeah, because things change. I'm gonna make up with Luann eventually. So there you go. You two can.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't think what you
Okay.
said during
I
that
mean-
dinner is quite what she said about me in the blogs and with her friends.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Did this experience change the way you approach friendships?
I will say now I'm much more careful about who I spend time with. I'm much, and I'm not saying that it was probably a lesson that I need to learn. Like not everyone has the same motivation as me. And not to judge theirs to be lesser than mine. It's just different. But I definitely cannot spend time with people who aren't 100% straight and honest and real. And it does linger with me. Like now I really stay away. Like I can recognize narcissists like from a mile away. Like I recognize these traits. Now I'm much more careful, not only in friendships, but in romantic relationships too. It was a bumpy lesson, it was bumpy, but I think at the end of the day, it was a lesson that I needed to, it was something I just need to focus on.
Where did the beef ever come from you and Nicki Minaj? It seems like you just don't get along. She kind of idolized you when she first came out with, a lot of the stuff she did, whether it was her mixtapes, whether it was the same posters.
Queens. Queens. Yeah.
Hey yo, Fendi, this the jump off right here. Nigga, Minaj, little mama, get a taste of the hot sauce. Itty bitty, real pretty, but I'm not soft. I beat bitches with the heat like I'm Scott Stouch.
So what happened? What was the left turn where it was just like?
Can I ask you this? Let me ask you a question. Okay, how come when I come up places they want to ask me these questions, but they don't never ask her?
Oh, we definitely did.
No, we did ask her.
Absolutely,
we definitely asked her.
No, let me tell you something.
And you know what she said? She said she didn't know. That was it.
And Nikki,
right, and
like she said, she idolized you.
She has a way of trying to avoid the situation, and y'all let her do it, but it's okay.
I never understood the issue because you always paid homage when it came to the older generation. Always. I never heard you not pay homage.
I always did. Like, I bowed down to everybody. When I tell you, I gave everybody their props. Real is her. Nope, not Tim. Who's your best MCs? Nick Fox and Kim.
Do I have to pull up the allhiphop.com questionnaire when they asked me my top 5? And 4 women were listed on my top 5? There was one line that said Kim, Foxy, and Remy. Nobody remembers that.
Right. It's facts.
I named Jay, Wayne, Jadakiss, Lauren, and on one line, Kim, Foxy, Remy.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube and see how many times I said bitches' names.
When you come out though, you think people are gonna be like, oh, this is another little Kim. She's trying to do this. She's trying to do that.
If they compare me to the queen of rap, thank you. You know what I'm saying? How can I dispute being compared to the best that did it? And in my opinion, Kim is still the best because no one has had a stronger movement than she's had so far.
Nikki's my homie, but this is where my issue with Kim stemmed from. Like, Kim's the OG. And it seemed when you was coming at Nikki, you was, just being bitter and disgruntled.
Like, say she says nothing else from this day forward.
See, in this industry, what I've learned is you never know. You just never know. And that's what I've learned in this industry. You just don't pick fights. And you don't pick fights with Kimmy Blanco. Cause I'm not taking my foot off her neck. Now, you started this. Hope she ready for this. Cause I don't play. I'm not playing this. I'm not with that. They ain't gonna come and try to be like, oh, maybe. Nah. Now, I would do a song with her.
You would.
For the right price.
Oh my God.
She's a G. She's a hustler. I'm a hustler. 7 million. Because that's my favorite number. 7 million.
You seem like the old. You remember Players Club?
But you're wrong.
Tricky chick.
Let me tell you why you're wrong, and let me tell you why you dead wrong, because it's deeper than that. Me and Slim were friends for 4 years, and we decided that we were going to go into business together, right? And I was over there at Cash Money. I was getting ready to be partners with them. While I was over there, we were working a lot. Like, I was in Miami and he put me in the studio. I would be in New York and we would be working. We were constantly talking. Baby said to me, hey, I want you to be on my album, well, whatever. And, he sent this song over. It was empty. And it just had a hook on it. And so I sent it back to him quick. They had the record for a while, and me and Slim were talking. We were talking, constantly talking. And so I said to Slim, when I went back to Miami, I said, because I'm not stupid, I said, listen, we're about to be like the mafia family. It's like, I'm the Gambinos, you have like the family inside of the family. I would be the Gambinos, they would be whatever, but we're all going to be family. So go ahead, put whoever you want on the record. Because I already knew.
Right.
I already knew. But I said, this record got to be big because it would be good for music right now. Good for females, good for hip-hop. When I saw Baby, he's like, oh, baby girl, we're going to make it big. We're going to do a video. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to make it big. Everybody's going to know. They put the record out. I guess they didn't like the response. And when they saw the response, they just pulled the record off, pulled it back. Never put it on his album, nothing. Then it's like I'm not even hearing from them. And it's like, wow. You know what I mean? And if you listen to that song, the way I did my vocals, hers were different from how I did my vocals at that time. So shortly after that, she started releasing all these records. doing her vocals the way I did my vocals.
You have definitely taken, you know, it's like a different type of approach. Like you came out, you were doing a different style of, you know, like the different voices and stuff. People didn't, yeah, it was new. It was all new stuff, and you branded it, and you have your Barbies and your 1 million followers on Twitter, and yeah, and look at you.
But from the moment that I met her, I was always cool with her. But after that, it almost seems like when they realized, okay, we need Kim, we want to study her swag. That's what it kind of felt like, because I was around for a long time, and they're like, okay, let's study her swag, and you know, and I think they wanted to get that record just to stamp that I was okay with what was going on. You understand what I'm saying? For me, it was a break back into rotation, into, you know, if that would have been a big video and a big event record, it would have been good for both of us. But I personally think they didn't want me to stand beside her.
I don't know if you heard this, but Kanye came to my show. Did you hear this? Yes. And Kanye said, I asked him who was like the scariest rapper to him in terms of like threatening. And he said that you were, and that you potentially could be the second best rapper ever to do it. Behind Eminem. Thanks, Kanye. That was sweet, but do you feel like that? You could be?
I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to that. Like, it's weird because I never want to be compared to people who I've looked at as my icons. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I would never compare myself to people like Jay and M and Kanye and Wayne. It's like they're in their own lane. They're like in a league of their own. And even the female rappers as well. You know, it's like, it's weird. So I think that I could be I strive to be the best, you know, but I don't compare myself to people like that.
The thing about female rappers is that not too long ago, they were like none. Yeah. They're still you and like maybe one or two other kind of, it's still really bad. You kind of had a lane open for you, and you really came and destroyed the lane.
Well, you have to. You can't do anything, you know, kind of, sort of. You got to do it, you know, you got to go hard or go home. And I went hard.
It sounded like a Young Money, Cash Money thing. Like they did that, not necessarily
but
Nicki.
You got to understand something. She was always throwing shots. I don't know what you're talking about.
You've been having this thing with Kim, and I don't know, just thinking about you and where you were from and that you're a rapper, and I'm thinking, sure, I know things have gotten crazy, and people are assuming, even though you say it's not specifically about her, that Roman revenge is...
Roman's revenge? You know, she just really jumped out the window. And you gotta be careful when you pick fights.
Shut the fuck up. Who the fuck want war? FedEx beef straight to your front door. It'll be a murder scene. I'm turning Pink Friday to Friday the 13th. Aight, you little Kim clone clown. All this buffoonery, the shit stops now. Time for you to lay down. I'm sick of the fraud. I put hands on this bitch like a spa massage.
I used to hear her pay homage, like she said. She used to say, I love Kim, I love Foxy.
You're not trying to do your homework. That's why. Boo-boo. You got to do your homework. If you go on all of those little... the come up DVD, even with Fendi would even say it, yeah, you know, because, you know, she was just a real cocky type of girl, whatever. She always wanted to be like you. She always wanted to be, and she would say, I'm gonna take her spot. Let me tell you something, how I know. Full Force's son had her first. Do you know that? Oh, yeah. They had her first. When I did the song on my album, You Can't with Queen Bee, you know that song? I don't know if you know, but anyway, when I did that song on my album, that's Full Force singing that song. That they did that song. She was in the studio then, and they said she was basically hating on me then, but loving me at the same time.
And that's what I've learned in this business. You just never know. I think people get me mistaken with like a real Barbie. They forget where I'm from. And if I have to revert back, I can, and I will. So don't play with me. You know, it's one of those moments when you say, don't play with me. You know, because I respect you, I love you. I've said it in every interview, time and time again. And if that's not good enough with you, mama, then it's something deep-rooted in you. You need to get something is bothering you inside. That's your insecurity bothering you. It's not Nicki Minaj. It would have been any girl that started popping. You know, she picked a fight with Foxy, then she picked a fight with Eve, then she picked a fight with Remy. Now it's, you know, then it was Miss Wallace, then it was Nicki Minaj. Every time you in the news, it's because you getting at somebody. Where's your music?
Every single record she's made was coming at me. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody who's smart with a brain, everybody who knows music knows damn well in that Puffy record she was coming at me. I didn't say nothing about this chick.
I came up in it a little bit self-centered, but did I kill a queen? Now Alexander McQueen's got the wrist on glow, the bottles is on poke. Got that shimmy, what the fuck I look like, bitch? I run this town. I ain't coming out for less than 100,000.
I didn't say nothing about this chick at this time. She was coming at me in the Puffy record. She was coming at me in all these records that she was doing, the Jay and Kanye records. I didn't say nothing. So what is all? I don't understand where all this is coming.
How come when male rappers like get on records and you know they talk cocky and aggressive, nobody ever says, oh, it's targeted towards anybody? But when a female does it, it's either, oh, they got to be going at Kim, or if you do it, oh, she got to be going at Nicki. Why y'all just can't be rapping?
But
why does it have to be aimed towards somebody? Maybe
like
it's just rap.
Males, though. What are you talking about?
It happens with
like
males,
that.
too.
Yes, it does. It happens
Wayne
with
throws
males. You
stabs
want to know
at
the
Jay,
difference
James
with
throws stabs
males?
away. Happens all
They're
around.
not like her. She wanted to be the only female out there. So when Baby and them said, we're not fucking with this chick because you can't stand next to her, she loved it.
You know, put your music out, and when I see your name on Billboard, that's when I'll respond to you. Other than that, goodbye. It's Barbie, bitch.
At the end of the day, she should have just said, I don't care, you my bitch. Yo, I want to still do other things with you. Let's just do it. Forget about what this. Because
I think for women it's harder because they do make it seem like there's only one woman that could be the female rapper at the time. It's always
whack, though.
It's always me again.
But
That's the way it was.
No, it's not. You had Latifah, you had MC Light at one point, you had Kim, you had Foxy,
you had
the
Eve,
Brat.
Because you know why? We all understood the essence of music and how it's supposed to go. They knew what she was. I'm not saying that she's not. I'm not saying she's a horrible artist, but I definitely think she's overrated because she's not a horrible artist to me. I don't think she's a horrible artist at all. I know other artists that are. She's all right, but the thing is that this is what I feel. I was so looking forward to that video happening because I thought that would have been so great. You know what I mean? It would have been great. Like, I love when women want to be like me. I think that is the biggest flattery. I mean,
You the OG, of course you're going to have influence.
well, at the end of the day, I am just who I am. You know what I mean? So I think whether I was in the industry rapping or not, maybe somebody could be attracted to my style. Maybe somebody could just be attracted to the way I move. Maybe somebody could be attracted to the way I talk. At the end of the day, it's an attraction. You know what I mean? And don't downplay it. If you go back and she's asked all these times, you need to do your homework because I don't know what she's saying.
Envy, have you heard Nicki pay homage to Kim?
Yeah, she definitely pay homage before you go. But if she was
Envy.
taking shots, that might be something personal that I don't know about. But
Envy.
I heard her pay homage
Envy.
before because she said she looked up to you. Even when she did that mixtape cover, when she did the same position as you.
Well, this sounds like something. I understand something. If somebody says, I love you, but I hate you, that's not homage.
But we don't hear that.
Speaking of respect, I saw you say that you would do a verses with one or two people. We all got to guessing. I already know who one of those people would and should be. My guess would be Kim. The other one, I had no idea. I was stumped a little bit. I thought that maybe you put that there just to stump niggas, because who else would this be outside of Kim? Missy, I don't think, respectfully, I don't think Foxy, I don't think that's there. It's just Kim and Missy, and maybe Lauren, but I don't even see that. I don't see it stylistically.
I haven't said anyone's name, and
only me. I'm saying the name.
I'm not saying anybody's name.
But that's something that you would seriously be open to. I feel like you just want to get up there and slaughter somebody with a bunch of hits and features.
No, because I approach those things as a rap fan, not as Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
Just as a rap fan. And I think that there are a lot of, I'm not a lot of, but I'm just saying, like, no, it's just about if somebody can play their joints and have people reminisce and go crazy and that, you know. So yes, there are.
Oh, you and Kim got to do it, man. Because now that I'm listening to what you're saying, the reminisce, go crazy. You know, that's got to happen.
Cookout said Sweet Tea keeps getting on YouTube saying Quad is jealous that she's with Gregory, the same man she divorced.
Well, one can only speculate that because me and Quad, again, have had no more than a 2-minute conversation. There's no reason for us to have any issues. So when I see you going on a press tour talking crap about me.
This looks good. This is nice. I'm saying I picked my own house. I did everything. You know what I'm saying? And Daddy just flowed on with it.
Well, she didn't have an opportunity to pick her own home. She clearly just moved into my previous home.
Oh my. Oh my.
So she didn't have
Okay.
an opportunity. So I hear what you're saying, Heavenly. I truly do. I sat down with Kimes. The wife sat down with Kimes and said, you know, some of that stuff that Quad said is true. You know, some of that stuff, and Quad is right about true things. Well, what is she writing this? What is she writing about? What do you think, like what?
He control, you know the whole thing we said, or the house was broken into, and you know that because I didn't turn on the alarm. That girl gonna beat your ass, Quad, and I'm gonna be right there. See, you didn't think Quad and him were a good match, right?
I did think they were a good match. Why didn't you think we were a good match? Well, after y'all had that fight, I was like, know about this. So I just like it might be volatile. Quad's a baddie, and he was a little slower. I mean, so you know, and he didn't think I was a good match with my ex-husband either. So he told me. So we've always been honest with each other.
So you think Sweet Tea is a good match for him?
Well, I see that he's very happy right now. That's not the question.
That's not the question, though.
Oh, have mercy, now y'all not finna. I'm not no expert on nothing, honey. But you spoke on the relationship between he and I. Well, I knew y'all and I knew things. When he got with Sweet Tea, I didn't know anything about her until you filmed with her for a number of months now. Yes, well, I do like Sweet Tea. It appeared. The show is on. Oh Lord, hold on. Baby, say, baby, about the show, honey. The show is on. Saved by the TV, because the girls are trying to put me on the spot and make me No, it's not like this. It's really not. No, it ain't. I know it ain't. It's really not.
I have no challenge with you, Letitia.
Okay, well, what happened?
I have no
Where did we
challenge
go
with you. I don't
wrong?
even know you, baby girl.
You're watching me closely with a magnifying glass, just waiting for a moment.
No,
you are.
You, my dear, would not be here without me.
No, you wouldn't be here without Gregory, because he is the medicine.
For why are you even here? You ain't even married to medicine, my love.
And I'm still gonna be here, dog.
You better go find you a chiropractor.
First of all, when I first came on to this platform, you wanted me to go to war with Quad because of your issues at the time with Quad.
I asked you to go to war with Quad.
Yes, you did.
I don't even speak like that, first of all.
I'm paraphrasing.
When did I ask you to go to war with Quad?
It's
Do you have a text
believable.
Okay,
message?
she's
Do you have
paraphrasing.
anything?
Okay, let her get through this.
Conversation?
Get her, get her, get her, get her, get her, get her, get her.
Emily, that's your friend now?
Oh my God.
That's your friend now?
I just haven't heard from her in a while. I was happy to see Quad because I hadn't seen her all season, right?
Right.
And when I saw her, I jumped up and I screamed because I didn't know she was coming. And I was like, this is some messy shit. I screamed.
I'm trying to really understand how the Quad ended up walking through the door when she wasn't invited.
You came there and invited. Who invited you?
I was invited by Phaedra.
I'm just saying. Y'all got to watch that Phaedra Parks over there because I don't do that kind of shit, okay?
Can I be real?
Yes.
You. How is that possible that you've never met this girl in your life and she just pops up at your bridal shower? And a week ago, you were saying, well, you didn't want us to even bring up her motherfucking name.
She fanned out. I don't know what they showed on TV, but I swear to God, when Quad walked in and Quad came over to her and gave her a gift, she said, hey, Quad. Hey, Quad. Hey, come sit by me, Quad. Quad, hey, Quad. And Toya was pissed. Toya wanted her to get up and say, bitch, get up. She didn't do that. She said, hey, Quad, hey, girl. And then that's why they called her sister wives. I was like, Quad could come back in. We even asked Quad to pay the $14,000 that they owed for the wedding. So Quad was dating the girl the whole time. I don't know what they showed, but Quad said, you know what? When he was with me, he had the money. Quad was shading the bitch from the day. I don't know what they showed. The girl was happy to see Quad. I don't care what y'all say. I don't know what y'all saw.
I saw that. I saw that.
The reason why I did not want them to bring up your name was because it was my engagement party.
Well, bitch, what the f is this?
So Toya basically told Sweet Tea to tell her to leave. Tell her to leave. Now, you know, we can get into why Toya and Quad, you know, Toya hates Quad or whatever, because of, and I ain't even gonna get into the robbery or whatever. Quad didn't say the woman robbed him. Carrie told us that Toya told her that somebody said that the girl in Neela's house was being looked at, was gonna get hit. She said it was a hit out on Anita. We didn't make it up. Carrie told us that, and then the house got broken into. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. I was there. I know Quad did not do that. Now, there was a girl that said that Toya was sleeping with somebody in the neighborhood. Now, this neighborhood is very messy. They got 1.9, 3.3 houses, and the women they don't have any jobs. So they messy. So somebody said they saw a white Porsche at this man's house. Now, white Porsche could have been anybody, but they came on saying that Toya was cheating on Eugene. But it made sense because Toya act like she don't like him. Even if you see her in green screen, she's sitting like this. You know when somebody, your body movement, like he loved the shit. He loves her dirty draws. But you know, she was saying things like his penis, you know what I'm saying? And you look at Mia on Housewives of Potomac, the husband allowed her to get out with other people. I'm just saying all this to say this. It wasn't Quad that started them rumors. It wasn't Quad. Well, yeah, Quad did repeat the rumors, but a lot of us did. I know I did. Jack, you know, other people did. I ain't calling no name. Everybody repeated them rumors. They showed certain people say it. So now she hates Quad. Shit, you should hate everybody. In fact, you should hate the people in your neighborhood that brought that. But no, long story short, she don't like Quad for that reason. And it makes sense by the viewers that it makes sense that she don't like Quad.
Quad, as much as we would all like to catch up and figure out why we all got issues with Quad, this is not the time or place. And Phaedra, can you walk your friend out?
So, Quad,
Yes, dear.
will you agree that you said something malicious about her family?
More than once. What did I say? Quad, you said we were thinking.
Call the police now. Give them a warning.
Like everyone else at this table, we all have busted our ass and came from meager and humble beginnings.
Well, really, Sweet Tea just started. She really ain't did too much yet.
Well,
Letitia, I'm listening. I'm listening to you. She's been an instigator between you and I. She has been, and so has Heavenly. And I had no issues with you.
Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. What? Y'all say my name?
I'm for real delusional.
Heavenly wanted me to be a part of the show. She was really just trying to get me on. I met her and Jackie at the golf tournament one year. And I wasn't quite ready yet to be on that show. I was living in DC and all of that. But when I did come into Heavenly's office, she was like, look at it like being, helping out another Black woman. And I'm all about empowering Black women. And so at the time, I think that, I don't know, maybe Quad was going through some struggles. And she was like, Quad doesn't have anything. She doesn't have anything to fall back on. She doesn't have a job. Whatever she's doing she's not able to sustain her lifestyle and also pay for her house. And so what I was like, she made me look at it that way because
like a business deal to help out another fellow sister.
Yes.
Carlos, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to take it back. The reason I invited Sweet Tea to get on the show is because when I met her, I thought, honestly, I'm going to just be honest with you, Carlos, you getting it out of me. I thought, listen, this girl going to be hilarious because if she come up against Quad finna eat this bitch alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't believe, and she talked shit. She talked
about
shit.
Quad?
Oh, yes. She did a whole vlog about how she had to get the demons out of her house after Quad left. And that's why I posted Quad's house. Like, bitch, you do not know who you with. You don't know. Like, sweetie, slow down. Learn the way. Phaedra do this shit right. Phaedra tries to figure this shit out. This girl going in, and I'm like, you know, Quad. Quad ain't what you want in this.
No, ma'am.
It's not what you want or what you need. So my whole thing, and I told this story on my set, if you know how they play with your episodes, right? So they were playing with Quad's episodes, and I've always been an advocate for Quad, right? So if Quad is great TV and she's great potato salad, if we bring the chicken that has to have the potato salad in it, then we all eat. You feeling what I'm saying?
I do, yes.
So I invited them. So she's put it out there. I wasn't gonna put it out there that way, but this is why it makes sense.
I'm not even listening to her.
And now, and you just, it's I don't know where you are mentally.
You don't.
You keep throwing things out there. You have no proof of anything.
Just signed up for it. She knows exactly what she was doing.
You're constantly lying.
Are you done?
T, what do you think about Phaedra not coming?
I think Phaedra is just at a place right now where, you know, she doesn't really have a friend within the group. Of course, you know, she does talk to me and Contessa.
And Toya?
I think that she just feels like she didn't fit in.
You never know what Phaedra's thinking because you can't tell. Phaedra, she's a little bit fake. I'm just saying. You know,
Phaedra's a little bit fake.
Yeah, not a little, but yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Phaedra's journey.
I like her. Don't get me wrong.
We love Phaedra.
She thinks she's the smartest one in the room, and she's not. She's not. I mean, we can see right through her bullshit. Maybe it worked on Housewives. I don't know. Am I saying too much? Baby, don't tell me.
What would you constitute Phaedra's bullshit? Like, what do you mean by that?
She doesn't always tell the truth. I mean, and the truth would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she makes some stuff that you didn't really have to do. You know what I mean? So,
is there any particular story that you were like, Phaedra, that's not real?
I could say so many, but one small one would be, oh girl, no, I don't drink. And then when you go out with her, can I get the Phaedra? You know what I'm saying? And they know what drink it is. I'm like, girl, what is this? Like, why would you even say that? You know what I mean?
And also because that makes it hard for you all to connect and bond on deeper levels because it makes it almost harder to trust when you're like, well, I don't know what you're saying is true or not.
Can I tell the truth?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I don't think she ever intended on getting to know us on a deeper level. I think she was there. It was very surface. I do like her. She's a fun girl.
Yeah.
But like to be trusted, no. I don't think any of us ever really kind of.
Well, she had some interesting things to say at Bravo Fan Fest in Miami recently. She was essentially asked, do you like Married to Medicine or Housewives better? And she said she preferred Housewives. What was your reaction to that?
I think that she's more befitting for Housewives. I mean, we're married to Medicine, and outside of marriage, she's never been married to Medicine. She's not Medicine. She ain't married to Medicine, so she belongs over there.
Okay.
There we go.
Do you think she belongs on next season now that she has returned to Housewives?
I think now that Candy's gone, yes. Yes,
Okay.
I do. I think that she needs to go over there, yeah.
Would you like to see her, though, return to another season of Married to Medicine?
I don't think she would ever come back to our show.
Oh, okay.
Love seeing you and Phaedra.
Yes.
Y'all are friends. But the season, it's like y'all are at odds now.
Yeah, ain't that nothing?
Well, can that relationship be repaired?
You know, I'm just very disappointed. I think that's the best word that I could say and use to try to not slay her.
Really?
Okay, I think I was very, very disappointed in some of the things that she had done behind the scenes, and it's kind of like she's up to her same tricks, different day, and so that's disappointing. But hopefully one day she'll change, and if so, if there's something there, I'm open.
Now, Phaedra was on the show at one particular time, right?
She's on this season.
Yeah. Y'all get along with Phaedra?
I do. I get along with everybody.
Well,
for my man.
What about you, Quad? You know, I have always had an affection for Phaedra. We've kind of always been cool up until the television thing came on board with Married to Medicine when I helped to bring her on board. And I did sit in on the audition tape or whatever for her, whatever. And I wanted her to be a part of the show. Thought she would be a great addition. Unfortunately, as I was trying to help her kind of usher her in, she was trying to usher me out. And so she created, there was a meeting that was led by her. I'm just saying what it is.
Yeah.
There was a meeting that was led by her, George, to get me fired.
Whoa.
And that was before all the additional opportunities came, like, you know, Dancing with the Stars and I think it was Traders first, Dancing with the Stars, that then led to her coming back onto Atlanta Housewives.
But you already had such a huge impact, so why would she think that they would get rid of you?
Well, it was a lot going on last season. You understand? And a lot of times people like to control you. Okay, and I'm not really one to be controlled. Okay. And I hear you, sis. I didn't say anything. But so to know that really was disheartening. Sure. You know what I mean? So
and you didn't get that from me.
Well.
Come on, Quad. Come on.
Not just you, bro. I will say this. Yes, I did get that from Heavenly, but it did not start and begin with Heavenly. Okay. Listen,
the confirmation
one thing about it, a lot of things come across my desk.
Sure.
And that came across my desk by a number of people, and then actually Heavenly put the confirmation on it. Because I just heard it from people, but Heavenly was in the inside at that time. And it put a stamp on it. And I was like, damn, Phaedra, that's what we doing? Like, I really didn't understand why would you do that. You understand? Like, you were there. You were already in.
Did you talk to her about it?
She said that she didn't do it. She said, I want to do what? How did you hear that? Were you just saying it to say? I said, no, I don't say anything just to say it. I don't do anything for television. I don't say things just for the thrill of it. You did it.
So where are y'all now?
I haven't spoken with her.
Would you be open to sit down with her if she said, hey, I apologize?
I don't know. Black women, we just. Here's the thing. Let me say this. There is a scene that we filmed this season of Married to Medicine. We were at the Dude Ranch. And Phaedra, they some kind of way, they mixed up our luggage. And anyway, they had Phaedra to walk my luggage to me. And I was wondering, why is she lingering around? She's still lingering. And she was lingering around, and she wanted to talk, and she said, hey, I wanted to talk to you. And she said, what's happened? I said, you tried to get me fired, Phaedra. And this was on cameras and everything. Right. And she said, where'd you get that from? I wouldn't do that. I said, yes, you did. You did. And then, so she talked about it, and she apologized for it. And then, she did not like that I said that Candy bitched her for 5 years. Because as long as, and I said it. Right. Did she? On business, she did. Phaedra could not come back if Candy was still present. Okay? So we're going to are we keeping it real with y'all?
We want to keep it 100.
I was not a part of the meeting.
I didn't come back yet.
Right.
You're back on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do you think you revived the show? Well, of course I did.
She said she revived Housewives.
No shows. Look at the numbers for Married to Medicine.
And she said she revived Married to Medicine. Baby, Miss Phaedra says she has come in and revived. I had to see it for myself. Says she has revived Real Housewives of Atlanta, and has said she has also revived Miss Married to Medicine. Now, that is news to me, because per what I can see in most of you with a good set of eyes, even if you had LASIK, honey, hell, if you had glaucoma, you still could see. She ain't not raising no numbers over here down to the Married to Medicine. I'm trying to understand, how do you revive a show when you just making faces? Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. How does that happen? If that is the case, then how about next season, season 12, we all just make faces? And let's see how revived the show will be.
You know what, quite honestly, I thought that was a kind of slap in the face, because I honestly think, and you tell me what you think, did we not help her? I mean, your words, she was benched for 5 years. Those were your words.
Well, we didn't see her at all for 5 years. I mean, maybe sprinkles here and there, but not really much of anything. And if we're talking about revival, I would have to say she most certainly was resuscitated, as I helped to usher her in to Married to Medicine. Okay, and I think it's the other way around. I think she's quite confused. I don't know, maybe she's been dropped on her head or something. I don't know. But I think when we're talking about reviving, I think it's the other way around. See, she did not revive Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine revived her career. And I'm just saying, and I would like for her to pay homage to the girls. I'm just saying, just on some real shit.
I mean, that's really bad, because we welcomed her last year and was so happy to have her a part of the group.
How does this show resonate with your viewers?
Now, the truth is, these are really my friends.
Really?
You know, in a lot of shows, they don't hang out except film season.
Okay.
I'm traveling in Italy with this one. I'm going shopping and buying furs in Atlanta with this one. And so we're real friends, and we hang out together all year long.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I love that y'all are real friends. I can see it.
Well, Phaedra took issue with how you all came at her for the way that you were handling the Med Gala planning, saying she doesn't need bitches like y'all acting like I'm not going to do what I say I'm going to do.
What's going on with this Met Gala? Because I'm really confused. Jackie's doing it, and she asked me to come in as co-chair. I said, fine. When I get to this going away party, Quad is telling me, oh, she's very upset and, you know, saying I haven't done anything. I want to make sure it's a super success.
Well, girl, make sure you run the minutes on what you've done, because apparently Jackie was saying that she was very nervous about your participation.
Because now this baby right here is the co-chair.
That's fine. If you want to take my job, totally, you can have it.
No. You got $100 grand. I never said $100 grand.
We'll get it. And if I have to give up my own money, I'm not letting no bitches like y'all be acting like I ain't gonna do what I say I'm gonna do. I said, you got time to gossip, but you didn't have time to send me a text to me personally. It's your vision. You know, it's
Closed
not my
mouth
vision.
don't get fed.
That's right, honey. You're gonna be starving hungry, honey. Chirping like a bird.
Jackie is holding you accountable, but is never able to hold her bestie Heavenly accountable.
So our next auction tonight is a date with Phaedra Parks.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait a minute, this big money here. We starting at $4,000.
Damn, 4,000?
Who back that got it? Just step up from you, sir.
Pull up her Instagram, because this ain't selling nothing. We need to pull up the Instagram.
It's $53,340.
Okay. All right, so then
we need about 46,000.
4650. I got it.
That's a blessing. You're gonna do for cure for moms? Yeah, good penmanship.
I love it, right? This is how I made it through college, doing people's wedding invitations.
So from the Met Gala and from my friends, we want to say to Fakira from Moms and to you, Charles, to continue the fight until we can no longer have maternity mortality, especially in the Black community.
Look behind her. Oh, what we
Let
got
me break
here?
you down what's going on. Okay.
So we collected a total of $54,993.30. We're going to get the Hennessy right.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate you, baby.
There's a problem in the auction items.
What do you mean?
We need to go back. I heard that some money was retracted from the auction.
Right, but from what item?
Well, I got an email from a gentleman who wanted to take back his $4,000 that he had bidded in the auction.
For what item?
So our next auction tonight is a date with Phaedra Parks.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait a minute, this big money here. We starting at $4,000.
Damn, 4,000?
Phaedra presents the I'm well connected throughout the universe.
But you know me.
Jupiter, Mars, Venus, the sun.
She presents well.
So how much does Phaedra owe?
Phaedra owes $51,169.70.
$53,340.
Okay. All right, so then
we need about 46,000.
4650. I got it.
That's a blessing.
Okay, Phaedra.
Okay. Be careful who you choose to co-chair. Let's role play. Call me. I'm Phaedra. Hi, Phaedra. How are you? So let me tell you quickly. It appears that you owe $51,169.70.
None of us have presented or done the trash that she used to do.
Right.
None of us have
never
gone
done
that
anything
deep.
like that.
Now, you were on a different show. You left those ladies in the dust. They've had some things to say. How are you feeling about the conversation? You skipped the reunion and fans are a little bummed.
Oh, well, when I leave, I leave. You know, if you don't like me, honey, I go places where they love me. And I love the Housewives, so I don't have to be miserable with.
Has done such a great job, though.
Oh, thank you.
It was good for me until last night at dinner.
You know, I gotta be accused of all this other stuff, and, you know, like I'm being desperate to be around this group.
Just say you just don't want her around, so you're just trying to find a reason to be mean to not have her around.
I didn't understand Robin's personal attack on me.
Honestly, I think that Karen did not like that Sharice was the one with the connections
Robin,
that put the group together.
That is not true.
That is the philanthropist.
So
that is the true socialite and Potomac. I see you for who you are.
That is what it looks like to you, and I receive that, Robin, but that's your opinion, and
all
it's
that
wrong
dramatic
as you.
yesterday, that
it's
was
wrong
some
as
bullshit.
you. The way she did it, it was a venomous attack on me.
Thank you. When Robin was at her lowest,
When she and Juan first got divorced, Sharice was very supportive and was there for her.
What is the status of your relationship with Juan? Juan and I, we are still living together. We're still raising our kids together. I like to say we function as a family. It really just works for us, but just as far as like actually being in a romantic relationship, we're not quite there yet. But neither one of us has ruled that out. We're just trying to continue to grow as individuals and to make sure our kids are straight. And then, you know, hopefully we'll at least start to make time for one another.
So you're saying there's no romance?
I mean, what do you consider romance?
You know, in the bedroom. Just saying. That's what they really want to know.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So they do have fun.
So Sharice has always been an integral part in Robin's journey, period.
But this is
Baby
not about
shower.
Sharice. I want to stop talking about Sharice.
I don't fuck with that woman because I don't fuck with that woman. And it's not because she got some tea on me. I want you guys to watch. And I know you all will agree when the truth comes out that you wouldn't fuck with her either. So 5 years ago, this person and I were not friends. And that person had been kicked off the bus. That person was fired. So let's repeat the moisturizer, by the way, washing again. I do it twice. So that person had been fired, and we are not friends. So imagine how my family and myself felt when this person showed up at my mother's funeral. We were in shock. We didn't know what to expect. I sort of suspected, but didn't know for sure. So we decided to give her grace and extend her grace, and was hoping that she was coming out of the kindness of her heart and there was a change afoot with her. Needless to say, we were wrong. Within months of attending my mother's funeral, she was at Candace's 1-year anniversary party trying to talk about it on film. I was able to shut it down then. Fast forward now, she's trying to get back on the bus by any means necessary, once again, bringing up my mother's funeral.
I don't want to talk about Sharice. No,
It's inherent. Because that
you could be
triggered Robin.
loyal to whomever in this friend group.
So I talked to Ashley earlier.
Yeah.
And she told me that Karen and her talked because she was upset about what happened last night and that Karen dropped a bomb.
I think she's full of Well, first of all, it should not be a surprise to Karen that I think she's fake, phony, a bullshit. The things that she was saying to Sharice and
Was attack of character. You have been banned from public events because you have attacked people's families.
You know, I don't talk about other people's personal
That's not
life
true.
and
You call my
the
husband a
stuff
broke
that
Bill
comes
Gates.
out, and people say things. I mean, people say you have a boyfriend. Do I talk about that? Blue Eyes or whatever his name is.
Everybody know who he is. We sit in front of him and we just let this man say any and everything about us, and then we go right in with him. That to me is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all babies that's good with this little computer, don't take my word. You can just go through the years of this cat just running his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, stop doing that, because what are we saying to the babies coming behind us?
I had a little thing with Monique also. You know, I know you had the
You
little
too?
thing.
Was that
with
real?
Monique.
Oh, yeah, we did as well.
I know you had the
Yeah, I
little
saw
He
it.
like, you too? Gang, gang.
Yeah.
I mean-
Well, I guess my thing with Monique was it wasn't. Personally, I like Monique, right? We never had an issue with her, but when she was going in on Tyler Perry and Oprah and everybody else, and then she went in on a buddy of mine, Will Packer, who's put me in numerous movies. I was just like, I went on Instagram and I didn't call her out her name or anything like that. I just said, hey, if you got a problem with a lot of people, it could be you.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta look in the mirror. And
Truth.
so I knew I'd get some backlash, but I mean, I thought it needed to be said.
Now, I had a meeting in David Talbert's trailer with Will Packer, David Talbert, and the first AD because they were being disrespectful to this black man. And I was not going to allow that to happen.
Okay.
I had a conversation with the first AD and I pulled him outside. I said, listen, brother, when it's your turn, I won't let nobody do it to you. But what I'm not going to do is stand by and watch you give a direction after the director gives us a direction. It confuses the cast and it's disrespectful. And to that black man's credit, his eyes filled up with water and he said, I appreciate you for having this conversation with me. Okay? So Will Packer and I are now at odds because I'm seeing how this brother's acting. I'm in my trailer. My assistant at the time, her name was Robin, right? Robin is in her 50s. She's in my trailer with her shoes off. She's on the computer. Will Packer's friend, or I'm not sure what title to give her, okay? She comes into the trailer. Now, in this trailer, it is me, my hairstylist, makeup artist, and my assistant. This young lady who we're all old enough to be her mother. She comes and looks at my assistant and said, "What's your shoes doing off?"
You in your trailer, why do you care?
I said, "Excuse me, you're out of order. You don't come in here questioning nobody in my trailer." As a matter of fact, and her energy was not that of, "I'm playing." It was, "What you?" I said, "As a matter of fact, I need you to go get Will. Because I'm not even going to have this conversation with you. I'm going to talk to your boss." When Will Packer comes into that trailer for us to talk, do you know what that man says to me and my hairstylist and my makeup artist and my assistant? "I am the head nigga in charge. Everything stops with me." I said, "Well, I want to let you know this, Will. You're going to hear that you're the head nigga in charge from me as many times as I can tell people that's what you said." I said, "And furthermore, you need to check your assistant. Because this is my space. We weren't in your trailer with our shoes off. We're in my space with our shoes off."
But why would he come to you with that type of energy? What led him to say that when all you asked his assistant to do was to go get him because she's questioning why people in your trailer have the shoes?
That's a good one, because what I said to him was, "Who do we need to talk to? This young lady can't be up in here like that." And that's when he became the head nigga in charge. And then I said, "Who are you the head nigga in charge of? We have Danny Glover on this set. We have a legend and an icon. Are you the head nigga in charge of him? Are you the head nigga in charge of Kimberly Elise? Are you the head nigga in charge of Gabrielle Union? Are you the head nigga in charge of JB Smooth? Who are you the head nigga in charge of?" So he tried to laugh it and joke it. I said, I don't play that way, brother. I said, "The food is bad. Like, what we doing here?" The food was slop. So when they say they didn't have any food, the food we had, nobody ever ate that food because it was just like you can feed them anything. Now here's where it gets even better. Remember how Taraji said the trailers were infested?
Yes.
Our trailers blew up. They blew up. Now, whenever this airs, I'm going to post the trailers blowing up so the people can see.
Right.
But they blew up.
Oh, he probably sick.
Anybody want to call him, man?
He is attached to that dog. Oh my God. Can you imagine if we was in that trailer?
It was bad, huh?
Oh my God. I'm trying to see which one is our trailer. God, I cannot imagine.
And if any of us were in those trailers, we would have been gone.
Right.
The trailers blew up. Now, when I was smelling the gas, we went to the brothers that was hooking up the trailers and we said, "Hey, we smell gas." They said, "Mo, we let him know," talking about the head nigga in charge. "We let him know." He just said, "Okay," and walked away. I said, "He what?" He just said, "Okay," and walked away. The trailers blew up. Did Will Packer reach out to anybody? I can't say. He didn't reach out to me and say, "Hey, is everything okay? Did you lose anything is everything good?" The only thing they wanted to know from me was, where was Aunt May's wigs?
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we was in that trailer?
It was bad, huh?
Oh my God.
When I saw Taraji broken on those platforms, it was painful to watch.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, "Stop talking." Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost.
I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, there's a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not, that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%.
That's right.
Okay? So do the math. Now we have $5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed.
Sometimes
Not
more.
after what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. So I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
I get that.
It wears on you, you know? Because what does that mean? What is that telling me?
What is it telling me? Yeah. And what does it tell me? Yeah.
You know? And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the fuck am I doing? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. I think it's an important message for people to hear because we see the lights, camera, action.
And then
And
they
it's
tell
so
me we
glamorous,
don't
yes.
translate overseas.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing that my entire career, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production, and when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face. And I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it and just keep, like, enough is enough. That's why I have other things. I have my TPH brand. I have my mental wellness. I have other things because this industry, if you let it, it'll steal your soul. But I refuse to let that happen.
However, Taraji and I had a conversation over a decade ago.
Yes.
In my trailer when I was doing the Monique show. And she said, you know, you got to keep on getting it until your turn comes. And I said, Taraji, most of us die before our turn comes. We got to ask for it right now. Now, I understand that because there was a time I felt the same way.
Exactly.
Because that's what I was told.
Right.
You just keep going and we'll get them the next time. We'll get them the next time. We'll get them the next time. And the next time never comes. And then you see our sister broken, sitting on those platforms.
Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here?
Now, when I said it,
why didn't it get the traction when you said it that when she said it? Now all of a sudden everybody is coming, and I don't have a problem. I'm glad.
Yes.
But if you said this a decade ago, and I remember you saying it over a decade ago,
but a while ago I had to come out and I spoke in reference to Netflix that we had to I was asking folks to stand with us as we boycott Netflix for gender bias and color bias.
Correct.
And we were fighting for equality. And then I found out that I had become Donkey of the Day.
Yes.
By Leonard. And I gotta call you by your name, baby, because
Leonard, but
Leonard.
yes.
Okay. Okay, baby. He's getting real special, Leonard. But we're going
No,
Leonard.
It is Leonard.
And then I was called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard. Because when I met this brother some years ago, and I always go back to it because I met him in an elevator at Turner Station. And I met a young man that was full of humility and respect. And when I got on that elevator, he actually held the door. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
And I said, oh, baby, thank you. And he was just like that. Yes, ma'am. And Miss Monique, it's a pleasure to meet you. And we had a very beautiful exchange. And I said to that brother, tell your mama that she raised you right.
That's a
and
fact.
he said it was my mama and my grandmama.
Yes, ma'am.
So I felt like this was, and still is, a beautiful young brother making his way, but full of humility and respect. Till we fast forward, and I become Donkey of the Day. So I didn't want to have it to be hearsay. I didn't want to have anybody exchange words that I may have said to him. So my husband and I wanted to come on so we could understand how I got titled Donkey of the Day.
So why'd you give a donkey today, Charlamagne?
Well, I think it was due to the whole Netflix situation. You know, when I heard you say that, you know, you wanted us to boycott because of racial and gender bias, but then you went on to, you know, mention 2 brothers and a woman. So I said maybe she should be more specific and say black woman gender bias. But then also just from a business aspect, I wanted to know, why did you feel like, you know, you should have gotten whatever Chris Rock got, whatever Dave Chappelle got, or whatever Amy Schumer got? Because I feel like this is a what are you doing for me right now type of industry.
Well, she didn't say what they got. She said she should have got more than she was offered.
And then, Charlamagne, you brought up an old Netflix special as well.
But that was later on. But my point was, like, this is a what are you doing for me right now kind of industry. We all know Monique is a legend, but we also know that those deals that Netflix are giving out are based off recent stand-up shows, recent concert, recent arenas, recent tours like that. So I just wanted to know why you felt like you deserved that much.
Well, Daddy, would you like to start or would you like for me?
Whichever you prefer. But, you know, if we're going to go back to the conversation that we had with Robbie, it didn't start with the offer where the color bias and the disrespect transpired. It started from when we had our initial conversation after Monique got her reviews from the nights in which Benjamin and Caitlin, who were representatives for Netflix, came out to see Monique, in which on 2 different nights they saw her get a standing ovation, which subsequently gave them reviews of amazing and great show. So when we're in the midst of having the conversation prior to them giving the offer, we're in the midst, and he says, well, I want to make it very clear that, you know, people speak about Dave Chappelle, Amy Schumer, and what they got. I want to just make it clear, you know, so we can manage expectations that everybody doesn't get those type of deal. Well, when we're in the midst of that conversation, the phone disconnects. We never reconvene. He never gets us back on. And our attorney calls me up, and we speak, and we're like, well, that was strange. Are we going to get back on the phone or not? Because anybody who does business knows that this is a key time in which to build the value of your client. Then we came back with an offer that they allegedly had sent over that our attorney and I had never received. And then on that, it was a certain time limit in which we were supposed to respond. Well, we had passed the time limit because we never received it. When our attorney had asked them to please resend the offer that they had allegedly sent, it was clear that it had never been sent in the first place.
Hey, my sweet babies, I'm Monique.
And I'm Sydney.
And we're coming to y'all today to let you know we're standing with all the unions that are striking right now. And we have a story that we must share of our own with the community. Countess Vaughn and I did a show called The Parkers. The Parkers has now been on air for 24 years. And they're trying to convince us through our ownership of the show that we made absolutely no money.
And it's baffling, being that when you have a conversation with the executive producers, and they allude to the fact that the show in its entirety, 5 years, was made for under $70 million. It went out of production in 2004, but by 2009, we see profit participation statements that show the program made over $700 million, but yet was in a close to $1 billion, if not $1 billion deficit.
So what we're asking you, CBS, is can you please treat these 2 black women fairly? When our brother Dave Chappelle, who ironically had a deal with CBS, said he signed a deal out of desperation and it was a bad deal, they were able to go back and do the right thing. And they made that deal fair, and they paid Dave Chappelle what he rightfully deserved. What we're asking you, CBS, don't pay us any more, but don't pay us any less.
And the reason why we're having this conversation out loud for the community to hear is this. We see the numbers, and they still don't want to pay. What will happen to you when you don't even know the numbers exist?
So we're asking you, and when we say community, we mean community as in the ones that's fighting for equality. Will you stand with us? CBS, will you treat us fairly? We love y'all for real, my babies.
Why didn't it get the traction? Why didn't it get the support? Why wasn't it propped up when Monique said it?
I think there's a few reasons why. Number one, it was the messenger. I should just be grateful I got invited to the party. You a big, fat, black woman. How dare you be the one? And then on top of that, you're saying names. You're saying Oprah's name out loud. You're saying Tyler's name out loud. You're saying Lee's name out loud. You're saying Lionsgate out loud. That's not what we do. We say they. We say the people. We say the studio. We say the producers. How dare you actually say our heroes' names?
You're very specific.
These are our heroes. How could you say their names out loud? Because they're the ones that did it. And if I don't say it out loud, now you see a woman that is swallowing that pain, that is so stressed out. Then you see our sister Taraji P. Henson sit on that platform. And I love that baby because she's a beautiful spirit. But to see her that broken, what our community was saying was, we have a hard time, some of us, we have a hard time seeing a strong black woman with a back straight and a chin up and a strong black man standing by her side. We have a hard time accepting that. But we can accept seeing a black woman broken. Now it's really serious because she's falling apart.
Pay in any industry in some ways is very subjective. I can only imagine in Hollywood it's even more so. What do you think is the reason that, you know, Hollywood executives get away with paying someone like Taraji less and not giving her a raise movie to movie, role to role?
Well, you know, systemic racism is a part of everything that happens in this nation. But beyond that, I think that there's this thing where they pit people against each other, where the idea is, well, you know, if you don't want to do it, we'll get somebody else to do it. And somebody's rent may be due. And so they may take the lesser amount. And we are lesser as a industry because we don't get to have the brilliance of someone as Taraji because they don't want to pay them what they're worth. And it's a fight that, you know, white actors don't have and white female actors don't have. And what she said that really resonated with me, Abby, was when she said, even if she fights and gets what she needs for this particular film, she has to start all over again the next time she gets a film.
Tyler Perry called us up, right? And he said, I can see the pain in you and I can hear it. And I want to let you know that I would never do nothing to hurt you. But the conversation kept going on, only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied, only for Tyler Perry to admit I was wrong. And when my movie Boo come out, I'm going to say that, right? Now, here's where, when you did that interview with Kat, I could respect how you do it. Because Kat said, you let them people lie in your face. And your response was, Kat, I don't know if they're lying or not.
Right.
Because I can only take them at their word.
At their word.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we sent you the audio of Tyler Perry. I don't want you to take me at my word. I want you to hear his words.
He is saying, wait a minute, hold up. We don't know this sister to be no bullshitter. We know she a loudmouth. We know she'll say some shit off the wall. But what we know about it is she true to her word.
And all I would ask you is two questions. The first question is, did you not just say it was wrong?
Tyler.
Did you not just say it was wrong, Tyler? To say she was difficult for not doing something that she was not contractually obligated to do? Did you not say that you would feel that that was wrong? Or am I missing something?
I absolutely said that, yes.
So the question I would say is...
Okay, is there a number? You know, taking that back to them was just a huge problem, okay? And I'm listening to David Talbot thing in a minute because I just watched your podcast and it really broke my heart because number one, I feel you. I feel the sadness that's from you in all of this. And I don't want you to feel that. I mean, especially for me. I can't speak for anybody else. But for me, I'm not anyone that wants to hurt or offend anybody, especially you. I think you are brilliantly talented. I think you should have a lot more happening than you from that award. I thought for sure that if you had campaigned and won it and played by their rules, what would have happened is in the next deal, you would have got more money, millions of dollars, and your career in the film would have been much different. I believe that much in your talent. So in saying all of that, I just say it's just heartbreaking because I don't ever want you to think that I'm not trying to blackball or say anything not trying to hurt you. I would never try to hurt you.
If Monique asked Lionsgate for a favor and they told her no, and she's asking for a favor that is not contractual, not something that they're contractually obligated to do, and they told her no, but then she went and told the world how difficult that they were, do you think that that would be fair or unfair?
No, that's not fair. It's not fair.
So the question, pardon me. So the question I would ask of you, good sir, because I appreciate you being honest enough to answer that with a relative quickness. I really do. So the question that I would ask you is this. If we should do unto others as we would have them do unto ourselves, the question I would ask is, how do you sit back, or how would you feel if someone said about you that you were difficult to work with because you didn't want to perform for them a function that you were not contractually able or obligated to do? How would you feel about that?
Well, as I said, that's not fair. If I bring a movie for Monique over there, I'm going to have to say it. I'm going to have to defend it. I'm going to have to fight for it.
Well, it's easy. It's easy because all you would be doing is telling the truth. You are 6'6" black man.
Come
okay?
on. Listen, I ain't got no problem, man. I ain't got no problem. Trust me when I tell you, I ain't got no problem.
Well, that's why we saying then. Then say it now. Say it now.
Say it now. I'm black and I'm proud.
Come on.
James Brown is counting.
I'm saying it now. I will let all of this cool off when I get back out on the press tour to promote my next thing. I know it's going to come up. That is when I will talk about it. But no, it's too hot. It's too hot. Y'all heated it up.
You know you're not supposed to be recording people.
No. Let me back up.
Okay.
Everything we did was legal. And here's where a black woman really gets the kick in the ass. Had I not recorded Tyler Perry, then it would have been my word against his. And then on top of that, it would have been, he's so powerful, we can't even pay no attention to that.
Right.
Well, now I have him on audio, which is legal to do where we live.
Right.
Okay? We have him on audio. And do you know what some people then said? Why would you record him? Just like you sat there and said, you know it's illegal to, but did you hear what the man said? I violated you.
Yeah.
I mistreated you.
Yeah.
Do you know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor?
After that came out, then you were on this whole situation with Oprah and Tyler.
Everyone's mad at me.
What happened, Monique? What happened?
I did a movie called Precious.
I loved it.
I signed up for that movie with my friend named Lee Daniels. He said it's paying $50,000. I said, let's do it, because it was an independent film, okay? When we did the contract, he said, you have 5% of the film. We're not looking for nothing. We know this is a small independent film. The film goes to Sundance, and it begins to get all of this praise. Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey get involved with Precious.
Okay.
They become executive producers. That's wonderful, because you know when they put their name to it, here you go, it's get ready to go through the roof. So when it came time for the campaigning of this award for the Oscar, and when it came time to go to different festivals and promote this movie, but you're really campaigning for the awards. Well, I was in a position, I had the Monique show, I was doing the Queens of Comedy tour, I had little babies, and my third husband. So what I was not gonna do was make Hollywood the priority. I've already done the movie. I don't need to campaign for you now to say, I want this trophy. I've done the movie. I've done my part. I get a call from Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey says, I will send my private jet to come get you and bring you to, I wanna say, it was one of the festivals. And I said, sis, I'm in the bed with my man and my babies eating chips, watching Curious George. Tell him I said I appreciate it and I love him, but I'm not going to be able to make that one. About 10 minutes later, I get a call back from Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels said, I told you ain't care about this. I told her you ain't care nothing about this. And it's not that I don't care nothing about it. It's just that my priorities wasn't that. I've already done my part, okay? The Hoodie Awards come up with Steve Harvey. Tyler Perry is there. Tyler Perry calls me into his room. He has a staff of people there. He does like this, and everybody disperses.
Oh, wait a minute. Do it again, Monique. Oh.
And everybody disperses except for my security. I said, you don't work for Tyler Perry. So everything I'm saying, has always been someone else there to hear what's happened. So we're sitting there and Tyler says to me, listen, you may want to campaign for this because if you get nominated, your next film will be $3 to $5 million. If you win it, your next film is $5 to $8 million. I said, Tyler, look at me. I'm a black woman. Where they do that at? Those aren't the salaries that we're going to get. He said, oh, no. If you just campaign, I'm telling you right now. I said, Tyler, I cannot do a song and dance. I have no contract with Lionsgate. I have no contract with you, with Oprah. The only person I had a contract with was Lee Daniels. Right. And I fulfilled my contract. Now, if anybody else wants me to do anything else, there's a price to that because what we're not in is slavery. So what I cannot do is work for y'all for free. So Tyler Perry says, well, I think outside the box, and I'm not scared of them white boys, so, I'm just trying to tell you for your own good. Well, if you think outside the box, and you're not scared of those white boys, why are you trying to tell me to do something that I'm not contractually obligated to do?
Okay.
I never worked with Tyler Perry. The way that relationship came about was, first Lee Daniel was making the call because he was mad because he thought Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey was trying to steal his movie from him. So those were the first phone calls I was getting, baby, and he was reading them for life, okay, calling them all the things, right? So then Tyler Perry and I had a conversation at the Hoodie Awards. At the time it was called the Hoodie Awards, when they were trying to get me to go do all of this press internationally.
And for those that don't know, who put on that Hoodie Award?
Steve Harvey put on the Hoodie Awards in Vegas, right? So it just makes me smile the way this whole scene went down. So I'm beckoned to go into Tyler Perry's dressing room, right? I'm beckoned. So I go into Tyler Perry's dressing room, and there are about maybe 25 people on Tyler Perry's team. And he does this.
Like that. Okay.
And everyone leaves. Well, I have my security with me. And I looked at my security and like, you don't work for Tyler Perry. So my security stayed in the room. So Tyler Perry says to me, listen, you may really want to consider promoting this film. Because if you get nominated for an Oscar award, your next film is $3 to $5 million. And if you win it, your next film is $6 to $8 million. I said, Tyler, who you talking to? I'm a black woman. Where do they pay those type of salaries, brother? I said, what I cannot do, Tyler, is work for free. I've done what I was supposed to do. I cannot go overseas and do this for free, Tyler. So then he goes on about his spiel, I said, well, listen, you can write me the check for me to go overseas. I don't care where the money comes from, but I'm not going to do it for free. He says, well, I don't believe in giving money away for free. I said, I don't believe in working for free, so we're on the same page.
And then fast forward.
Things,
everything kind of comes out with Lee, Oprah, and there's an audio conversation that you guys had with Tyler.
I got a call on my cell, and her and I would just so happen to be standing together. And that's when he called me and looking for Monique to say, hey, I'd like to speak with y'all because I heard your podcast, I could hear the hurt, and you heard the audio.
What have I taken from Oprah? When did I have Oprah's mother and father on my show? When did I have anybody come and speak about Oprah Winfrey on the Monique show? That's never happened. So how could she feel that way?
Would you have done that?
Had her family on?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how we operate. When we had the Monique show, there was a comedian on there. And he was trying to joke T.I.'s wife, Tiny. My husband walked out in the middle of his set. He said, cut. He said, brother, we don't do that here. We uplift our folks. We don't play that. So no, I would not have done that. When Oprah Winfrey had my family, and I'll tell y'all, and I'm looking around, baby, because there are people here.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't want to be rude to the people at Shay Shay's club. You got other people in the club, right? When Oprah Winfrey called me up, and she said, I got a call from your brother. And this is after I won the Oscar award, right? And your brother wants to come on the show, and he wants to apologize to you for molesting you. And he wants to tell other people how to look out for a predator.
Right.
I said, Oprah, I said, I don't want anything to do with that cat. I said, and then she said, well, if you want me to scratch the show, I will scratch it. I said, sis, don't scratch it because he could be a different person. And I don't want to get in the way if that cat is a different person. I just don't want no parts of it.
Right.
Okay? When I hung up that phone, Shannon, I was like, I appreciate that sister. Like, she didn't have to call me.
She didn't.
She didn't have to call me and say, I'm going to have your brother.
Right.
I start seeing commercials with my mother and my father and my other brother who used to be my manager, who knew the fear that I had with the brother that was up on stage, right?
On Monday's Oprah show, Monique's older brother Gerald comes clean about sexually abusing his sister.
Why do you want to be here today, Gerald?
I'm here today to first acknowledge what I've been in denial for 37 years. And that is, I did assault and inappropriately touch my sister in manners that were not comfortable for her. And for that, I apologize, and I'm humbly sorry.
2 years ago, Monique revealed she had been molested by her brother and used that pain to give her Oscar-winning performance in Precious.
Some may think that you're only doing this to get into the good graces of your sister now because she has an Academy Award.
Now, I'm doing this to apologize to my sister, to hopefully bring back some family unity.
As for their relationship now, Monique recently told Barbara Walters there is none.
Did your brother ever apologize to you?
The apology that I got from my brother is, if you think I did something wrong, then I'm sorry.
They were my exact words to my sister. Well, there's no more if you think I did it. You were absolutely right with what you said. I did it. I'm not proud of it. Monique, I'm sorry.
We never talked about my mother being there.
She never told you that.
You know how you feel about your grandparents?
Yes, absolutely.
You know the honor and how you speak about them? Imagine you then seeing your granddaddy and your grandmama on a show, and they're talking about somebody that violated you, and that woman didn't tell you that they were going to be there. How would you feel?
I would feel like you felt betrayed.
That is exactly how I felt and how I feel. And it's not, oh, no, I understand it. But you betrayed me, sister. And I'm not the only one.
Because at the time when she called you, she said it was just your brother.
Just my brother. And when my mother was on that show, do you know what I had to deal with, Shannon?
What's that?
I would be in the store, and I would have elderly women coming up to me, and they would say, your mama ain't shit.
Wow.
Now, they wasn't lying, Shannon, okay? They wasn't lying, baby. Sometimes you gotta let the truth be the goddamn truth. Sometimes you got to just go with it, but still, it's my mother.
It's your mom.
And I'm in here, and because when I'm having to defend something, and I got that often with them telling me what my mother wasn't, because you did not tell me. Had Oprah Winfrey said, I'm going to have your mama, I'd have said, shut that shit down. I don't need nobody seeing my mama be greedy. I don't need the world seeing. Shut it down. Now, there's a white woman named Barbara Walters. They called her first. And she said, Monique, I told your family, I can't do that to you.
Atlanta's a good place to raise your 2 little boys, isn't it?
Atlanta is an amazing place.
I should warn you that parts of her story are disturbing, and if you have very young children, you may find some of this inappropriate. What would winning an Oscar mean to you?
It's a great accomplishment, and it's that kid in the bathroom mirror with the bathrobe and the bath towel wrapped around me with the brush in my hand, saying, I would like to thank. It's that same
Did you
little
do
girl.
that when you were a little kid? You were already thanking people for awards?
Baby, I did that. I signed autographs because, and people say to me, well, did you think that this would ever happen? And my response is yes, because if I didn't think it, why get in the game?
You know, there has been that backlash of some critics saying that this movie makes black people look bad. This terrible, abusive family. What do you say to that?
I say that this terrible, abusive family is colorless. We were just the people that were chosen to be Precious and Mary Jones. But Precious and Mary Jones is every color, every gender. It's universal.
You've said that you understood Mary Jones.
Yes.
What did you understand?
See, I knew Mary Jones. Mary Jones was my oldest brother.
I want to go to that.
Okay.
Because you went to a very dark place to play this. And you said that your older brother, what, 10 years older than you? Your older brother you described as a monster. And he abused you.
Yes.
From the time you were?
7.
7. How did he abuse you? Are we talking about sexual abuse?
Yes. Sexual abuse can be someone touching your breast, someone rubbing your vagina, someone rubbing your behind, someone rubbing up against you with their private parts. So for me to go into detail.
Okay, but did he do all that?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell your parents?
I think for the same reason most people don't tell. You're afraid. I was afraid of my brother.
At what point did you tell your parents?
I was 15 when I told.
Did they believe you?
Yes.
Did they do anything to him?
In the moment, he was asked to leave. And that was pretty much it. The movie The Butler, that movie was offered to me. Mr. Strong tweeted out to the world, setting the record straight. Monique was never offered The Butler or Empire. I tweeted that brother back and I said, Mr. Strong, will you speak as loudly when you realize that you're wrong? Now, I have no animosity towards either one of those brothers, and I understand what Mr. Strong is doing. He's defending his friend. And if his friend says to him, that did not happen, he's being a friend and a great business partner.
I want you to clear up something, because I just saw something.
Okay.
That was shared with me, and I saw it. I know this is to be true. There is a script of The Butler sent to you and to Sydney from Lee Daniels' management. It came from his office. It is a script of The Butler.
Yes.
Yet in all of the social media and the posts and the back and forth, they are saying that never happened, that you were never offered a part in Empire or The Butler. But I just saw the script from The Butler from Lee Daniels' team to your team. So something, as my grandmother would say, may she rest in peace, there's a fly in the milk here, Sydney.
I think Keith Sweat said it best. Something just ain't right.
You better know those lyrics, okay?
That's what I do.
So let's talk about the Empire and Taraji, and, people are saying, well, she wasn't offered that part either.
Yes. The one thing that I want to say in reference to my sister, our sister, Taraji P. Henson, Cookie Lines was meant for that sister. No one else could play that role the way she is playing that role. And we're saying, please keep supporting that entire cast of Empire, because what they're doing is amazing. They're breaking records. And when people wanted to make this Monique versus Taraji, that's not what this is by no means, because that's our sister.
Right.
And we're supportive and cheerleading her on. However, this has nothing to do with that, so we wanted to clear it up. Guys, this is not me saying, oh, I'm mad with Taraji or Taraji has a problem with me. By no means. Me and that sister ain't doing nothing but hugging each other with our arms wrapped around each other saying, baby, go get yours. Go do it. With the Butler, you just saw that script.
I saw the script.
Now, you don't normally get scripts just to read a script just to read it. I was offered the part of Gloria. With Empire, and as Sydney said, more to come, I was offered the part of Cookie. Now, I don't have an issue with Mr. Daniels saying, you know what, they want to go with Taraji.
Right.
No problem. But the way that played out is a problem. And now to be saying Monique was never a thought, we never even wanted to hire Monique for this. Well, again, when you start seeing the communications that went back and forth, what I have said publicly, and I'll say it now to Mr. Daniels and to Mr. Strong. And with Mr. Strong, who's actually making the statements, I was never offered.
Tweet, Danny Strong. Monique was never offered roles in Empire or The Butler. Hashtag setting the record straight at Lee Daniels sent.
And I appreciate him saying that, because Mr. Strong, from his perspective, could be telling the truth, because he's not on any of the communications. This is the first time I've heard of Mr. Strong.
Oh, wow.
So Mr. Strong could be really thinking that if he and Lee talked and Lee says, well, I've never sent her anything, he's supporting his friend and his business partner. And we get down for people like that say, I'm going to take a stand with my friend. But as I've said to Mr. Strong, will you speak as loudly when you find out that those things aren't true, and I was offered those things, and I'm not just pulling it out the air, because what they're doing is they're putting my character in question. And they're putting my reputation in question, as if now I'm just screaming and saying, oh, look at what happened. By no means. I'm not angry with anybody. I understand the game. However, what I can't let you do is go out and speak things that you know not to be true, especially when Mr. Daniels says Monique is difficult. And I'm like, Lee, when have you and I ever had a difficult moment?
What does that mean to you when someone says you're difficult?
Lee Daniels came out and said, I did offer Monique the Butler.
It took me a long time to realize I am so sorry for hurting you in any way that I do.
But as he said to me, he said, Mo, at the time I didn't have no power and I didn't have no money. So when Oprah said she wanted it, so who played the lead role in The Butler? Oprah Winfrey. Lee Daniels was getting ready to do a biopic on Richard Pryor, and he offered me the grandmother. Who then calls Lee Daniels and says, I want to be the grandmother. So, as you're looking at me, it's the same way I'm looking at that sister. And I'm saying, why don't we sit down and have a conversation? Because the way things could look, it may not be that way, but just the way things look, Oprah. Just the way you would have my family on your show, Oprah. I'm going to bring this up. I wasn't going to do it. But damn it, this seat.
I say, you might want to have another sip over.
This seat make you go, truth, tell it. No, tell the damn truth. God damn it, tell the truth. Because family is sacred.
It's supposed to be.
And we don't cross the line with family. And people begin to get comfortable to jump on the Monique bandwagon of Monique doing things wrong, and she doing this and she doing that. And there's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yep.
And until he take accountability, I won't let it go.
What?
Because, what was you getting ready to say?
I was going to say, what did DL do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? DL is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met DL on several occasions. I don't know DL like that. Okay. Do I know DL say like I know an earthquake? No. Do I know, since I've interviewed Kat, had several conversations with him, do I know DL on that level? No.
Right. See, when we say family is sacred.
Right.
Family is sacred. And we know that you don't cross the line when it comes to family.
Correct.
Right? I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
DL Hughley is not there. His team is there. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean, baby, we having a great time. We going forward, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar. Let's play a game. And it's a game called Would You Rather.
Oh.
Okay? Now.
Monique, you should have said, I'm too old for this game.
Wait a minute. We're having fun, baby. Right? We're having a good time, Shannon. Okay. It's the sister there and there's two other guys. We're having a great time. It's a beautiful Black unity cookout.
Okay.
We're having a good time.
Okay.
Would you say your wife was your family? Is that considered family?
Yeah.
So your husband is considered family,
Absolutely.
right? Okay. So here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly what happened. Now, I said to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine, how could you ask another sister that? Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that, because I don't know what you're insinuating. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. DL. I'm going to call my brother. I call DL Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby. Yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's going to be calling.
Right.
Like this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, DL, yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team, and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like, stupid. Like, asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing?
All right, I'm taking time to respond to Monique again. She made another greasy-ass video with her daddy. We kind of relitigating some of the stuff she said on Club Shay Shay, where she talked about how she was on the show and somebody, they played a game, Would You Rather? And I guess she felt like they insulted her husband's sexuality, which is interesting because she can always talk shit about everybody else's sexuality. But I guess her husband's sacrosanct. He's off limits. But a hit dog will bark unless his mouth is full. But she talked about, well, she didn't actually call her lawyer. Who the fuck would be afraid of your lawyer? Your lawyer, you mean the lawyer that did your contract? That lawyer, the lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto, Got Him and Gone, that lawyer? Who the fuck afraid of him? He couldn't get your name right on the ticket. He gonna get it right on a legal document. It didn't happen because we decided it shouldn't happen. You didn't need to, because we respect people. We don't have to do things for clicks. They took it off because you asked me to, because I respected you at the time. You also talked about how I disrespect you on so many platforms, but you have this impeccable memory where you can tell to the degree, well, who did what to you and why and what happened, where you were, but you can't pull up one time on any platform that I said anything about you at all, because you know you're lying. You got that piece of paper and that big ass memory, but you can't pull one up. My biggest mistake is saying yes to you. I should have said no when you couldn't come on my radio show. I should have said no that I wasn't playing those dates with you. As a matter of fact, almost anybody who says yes to you at some point is in this milieu with you. Almost anybody. So I would suggest anybody out there, you can say yes to drugs, but say no to Monique. You talked about how my children, families are uplifted. They weren't when you were running across Vegas. The stage in Detroit. They weren't when you talking shit on social media. When you got your ass whipped and your tickets dropped, then they became off limits. But let's do this. Let's decide that you will treat my children like you treat yours, like you don't know them, invisible, like you have no relationship with them, like you're estranged, you're unfamiliar, like you don't know them. You also intimated that I was a coward. You know what I'd never do? I would never let my woman take care of me. I would never let my woman get evicted from her apartment. I would never let my woman has to ask another man for money. I'd never do that. Can your old man say the same? He loves you. Of course, he got to say that. You claim him on your taxes. He's a dependent. He's sitting there with you right now. And everything. Because it ain't like he does anything else. But you never address the salient point. I said that if you spent as much time writing your Netflix special as you did arguing about getting it, it wouldn't have been trash. It was. I didn't say it. I defy anybody out there. Stop listening to me. Watch it. Read the reviews. Read the reviews. You begged for something. You made valid points that women are underpaid, that they're not valued. That's absolutely right. So you would think that when you got a chance to do something that you could argue for, you'd be up for the challenge, but you shit the bed because you never are ready for it, because all you ever do is complain about what you don't have. You're never ready for the moment because you're always living in the past. I said it. If you spend half of your time doing as opposed to talking about who didn't do for you and what they did for you, you'd be a lot further along. You wouldn't be evicted. You wouldn't be working for your man. You wouldn't be asking other comics for money. So you got all the ingredients. Take that piece of paper that you're running down the list with, and that pen that you got, and that daddy sitting next to you, and do what you can't do what you never do. Write a fucking joke.
When I watched DL say, she went after my wife, she went after my daughters, I want to really be clear who I went after so that there's no confusion here. When I was on stage, when I'm on stage and we are performers, we are performing to the audience in front of us. When I was on that stage and I said it must be hard to perform oral sex,
but differently.
Okay, on a coward. That had nothing to do with Mrs. Hughley. That insult was directed straight to you, DL. That had nothing to do with your wife. That was straight to you. So it felt like you were trying to pass it off as if I was going after your wife. When it comes to your daughter, to the baby that you did a post about, you did an interview about, I didn't do that interview.
Man touched my child, which nothing could be further from the truth. They were both 13 years old. They were friends that had grown up together. And this is something I lament to this day. Denied that I said, well, you know, that's what kids do. And I will never forgive myself for not believing her and B, handling it the way I did.
I simply reposted what you said. So when you say, Monique, you went after my daughter, that's untrue, DL. I posted what you said. And then when you said when you were really going for it with your shades on, and you said, Monique said, I stood by and watched my daughter be raped. D.L. Hughley, that's your conscience talking to you, brother. I never said that. I never said that. And I want to be a little clear about something else. Never would I try to do anything to harm any of your babies, because we got babies too. So never would I try to do anything to harm your children. However, what I was saying to your daughter and to the other daughters out there, I know what it's like for your daddy to know you've been touched and he not protect you, because my daddy did the same thing. That's what that whole point was. But I was showing why I would call you a coward, brother. I don't think it's brave that you didn't protect your baby. So when I said what I was saying, let me be clear to you, D.L. Hughley, it had nothing to do in reference to your family, and you know that. Now, when you were speaking and you were going off and you said, what did you say? She was so offended by the game we play, but you didn't say what the offense was. And that's the part for me that is disheartening, that you continue to try to trick and smoke and mirror our people. If you're going to say it all the way through. When you say family is sacred, you are absolutely right, baby. You're right. But when you say would my husband rather, and you co-sign your team of people doing that, well, isn't my husband sacred? So you got to be careful in your words, because the very words you use, DL, they're going to come back, and they're coming back to bite you, baby. And what I also said on Club Shay Shay, when I looked in that camera, I said, DL, I love you, brother. And I don't know if you didn't hear that part, but we really do. We love you, brother. And if ever you get courageous enough to want to have a conversation, we're always open to it, because doing that, it shows how our community can get better. When you're wrong, as we have said to you, hey, brother, we apologize on that one.
Yeah, incorrect on the cease and desist. And I want to add one more thing. When you spoke in reference to your daughter being a reason why Monique stopped speaking about it, what you don't even understand, out of love for you, see, you can have a problem with your brother, but you're not going to take it out on the kids. And we respected the fact that she tried to defend you, but we got 3 big ass sons that if we were to think about it in the same way that she thought about it, what would that be? But out of love for you, we're not going to go after your child trying to protect the father that she loves. But one could argue, based upon what you said about yourself, had you exhibited the same type of love and protection for your other daughter that your other daughter tried to exhibit towards you, there never would have been the commentary that you made about yourself. And I liken it to Brother Corey Holcomb, who I don't know, but I got a lot of respect for him because I heard him say something in an interview. He spoke about how Earthquake's son had came to one of his shows, and the young man was hesitant about introducing himself or reintroducing himself because of the rift between his father and himself. And Brother Corey was like, come on, man, no, you come over here and I'm going to give you love, because that was between your father and I. And it made him reconsider the whole thing and reach back out to an old friend. In my humble opinion, that's what real men do. We come from the old school. We not going to have no problem with your children because we love them and we love you and we want y'all to win. Not at the expense of the community, though, being demeaned in order to get followers. But from the standpoint of if we come together, we're going to win just by default.
Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.